Bro, that was weird. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I don't know what that was about, but that shit was weird. Yeah, that was weird. They like, for some strange reason, like ended the live. Not sure what that was about. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure what that was hitting for, but whatever. Hey, Trill, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the link here, but this is just for you. That's just, there you go, Trill. That's just for you. I don't know why. I don't know why that did that. Yeah, it just like shut down. Hold up a second. Yeah, that was really strange. Coach Whop is a trainer of Roy Jones. Trill. Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro, but it just stopped. But I just started another one, and I put the link in the top. So if you go to the comments, you'll see the link at the comments. You know I'm gonna do him dirty though. You know that, right? About to have a humbling experience today. Man, yeah. Okay. Yeah, tell him, talk that shit. Tell him, talk that talk. But make sure he click that link though. There, I see him coming through. I see him coming, but hey, he got to connect his it's going to tell him to accept like mic and camera. He got to accept that. He can turn his camera off afterwards, but he got to accept it. Hell, you know how to do it. You've been in the graveyard multiple times. Yeah, go ahead and do your thing. I'll see him in a second. All right, Trev.
To see if them joists is resting on that ball, that curved ball.
It's in the building.
What's up? What's up?
Great coach. Wow, coach. Hey, before we get into it, tell the people a little bit about yourself, coach, so they can understand what type of legend that I'm talking to right now.
Well, I'm from
Coach, you're a little breaking up a little bit, coach. You break. There you go. There you go. You good? You was breaking up a little bit, coach. You was breaking up a little bit. Go ahead. Please start again, coach. I want to make sure everybody understands. I want to make sure that people understand what type of legend I'm talking to right now. So you good now, coach? You was breaking up a little bit. There you go.
All right. Well, I've been in the game a minute, and I trained some great fighters in my time. The most noticeable one being Roy Jones Jr. So, uh, my resume speaks for itself. If you look me up on whether Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you will see my credentials is solid.
Well, okay. So with that being said, let me give everybody a little bit of backstory, and then we can get right to it. So I was speaking on the live previously before it broke down. What's up, Corey? I see you in the building. Shout out to the homie. You know what season it is. But so I was speaking to Trill. I was speaking to Trill Bill, and he had advised me. He had let me know that one of his OGs was in the building. One of his mentors was in the vehicle with him. the great Coach Whop was in the room with him, you know, and I was speaking on specific things. And the great Coach Whop, you know, he was pretty much right with everything I was saying. He pretty much agreed with everything I was saying except for one stance. He agreed with everything except for one stance. That one stance being Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That was the one stance that Coach Whop did not agree with Bftb. And that's fine. Bftb is, you know, no one is beyond reproach, right? No one is beyond that. I could be wrong. I highly doubt it. I could be wrong. But so could Coach, right? That's the great thing about debates, right? Now what I said to Coach is that in his expertise of getting of having a fighter in the ring, right? A fighter in the ring, you telling them what to do, you know, you're training them up, you're in the ring, you know, BF will take a back seat, no problem. Getting fighters from the gym where the great Coach Whop trains them to the ring, that's my expertise. That is what I do. That is when I can tell you this guy or that guy is full of crap. This guy is holding it off or that guy's holding it off. And I have no problem with telling you that it was this guy or that guy. I love them all. You know, I have my favorites, but I love the sport of boxing, right? But just because you're my favorite, everybody listen to my voice, that Devin Haney is one of my favorite fighters in the world. One of my favorites in the world. But if he's wrong, I will tell him he's wrong. I have no problem because I feel like being able to tell a fighter that, right? Being able to tell him that you're helping them, you're not hurting them. And I believe that Coach would agree with me because he's not going to tell a fighter that he's training that is throwing a punch wrong. He's not going to tell him, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, keep doing that because they're going to get in the ring and they're going to throw that same punch and break their hand or pull their shoulder out. So Coach isn't going to tell a fighter that he loves and he's training that, yeah, keep throwing that punch that wrong way. Keep doing it. So with those two things, that's both our things. Now, I'm telling Coach, this is what I say to Coach Whop. I say, Coach, at this particular moment, the issue is Terrence Bud Crawford. That's the issue. Coach tells me, no, they should both have a 50-50. That's what Coach says. I ask Coach, why? Please explain, Coach.
Because just like I believe that fighters, if they won't fight, they make the fight happen. And I'm not gonna say that Errol Spence should get more leeway than Terrence Crawford. All right, just like you say about Devin Haney, and I've been dealing with Devin Haney for many years. Like his father told me, I've been dealing with Devin when Devin was an amateur, and I've been promoting the fact for his daddy to cut him loose, and he finally cut him loose, and we seeing the results. However, my point is this: that Errol Spence share equally amount of responsibility to make the fight happen, whether it's 60-40, 30-70, 1-1, 2%, 3%. They equally share responsibility because when two fighters will make a fight happen, they're gonna make it happen, regardless of the percentage that's put forward, or who gonna put their pride aside, or who gonna get 40%, who gonna get 60%. And I'm like this here. If you say you're gonna whoop my ass, then you better expect an ass whooping can equally come back to you. So don't say you if you can't dish it out, if you could dish it out and you can't take it, then that's the problem. So if you could issue 60-40% to a fighter, then why you can't take it when it's slapped back in your face by the same person you put it forward to? But I'm like this. It all comes down to who is more confident, who is more skillful, and who gonna put aside all the bullshit and say, I wouldn't care if I fight you for a nickel. I'm gonna fight your ass.
So I get
And
you.
that's my mindset. I don't care if the mindset is for Terrence Crawford or Bud, for Terrence Crawford or for Errol Smith. If they want to fight this fight, both of them could fight for a nickel and a dollar, and the fight gonna happen.
Okay.
Regardless of the percentage, that's not going.
Understand?
That's not going to determine what happened in that ring.
That's fine. So
just like.
So why wasn't Bud willing to take that same split for anybody else? Why didn't Bud have that same energy for anybody else?
But if you Errol Spence, so-called top dog.
Didn't say that. I said,
hold up.
Why didn't Terrence Crawford have the same energy for anybody else? Because if you're Terrence Crawford, so-called top dog at 140, why didn't he give Ndongo 50-50?
Okay, so if you Errol Spence top dog, then why you can't take it? It's the same thing.
I didn't say that. I just said it's not the same thing. It ain't the same thing. It's not the same thing. It would be the same thing. It would be the same thing if Terrence Crawford gave Ndongo 50-50. He did not. He did not. Coach, was Terrence Crawford the man at 140?
At 140, yes, he was the man.
Why didn't he give Ndongo 50%?
Well, I'm not in his mindset to answer that for him. But at the same time, we talk about, hold up, here's my point. I'm not going to talk about what he did. But look, we talking about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence.
No, sir. We are talking about getting to the fight. And you just told me that if the guy is the top guy, then he should be willing to take what if he's been the top guy getting beat ASAP, that he should be willing to do that for somebody else to make a fight happen that he wants. That's what you said to me. So if that's the case, why wasn't Terrence Crawford using the same thing that you just said with Julius Ndongo?
Well, okay, even if he don't, do that speak anything about him and Errol Spence? Do that speak anything about him? Him and Errol Spence?
Yes, it does.
They supposed to want to fight each other so bad.
Okay, Coach.
If they want to fight each other so bad, so all the lines are grown.
So Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Jeff Horn.
He don't want to fight who?
If Terrence Crawford.
That's the only person. That's the only fight he wants.
So if he wanted to fight Jeff Horn, why didn't he do 50-50 with Jeff Horn? Because he did not.
But listen,
no buts.
We can't.
No buts.
But you imagine how you handle other fighters, how you moving away. I'm talking about the issue between. We supposed to be debating the issue between him and Errol Spence, right? Him and Errol Spence. I ain't looking at nobody else but him and Errol Spence. That's the only one. I ain't going backwards. I ain't going forward. I'm looking at the fact that.
What are you basing it on? I told you, I just told you, I gave you concrete evidence to base why it should be 60-40. I just told you that because Terrence Crawford.
I wouldn't care if listen, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if it's $10 to $20.
No matter what you care, it don't matter. You're talking about something.
But you trying to get Aaron like Aaron, you trying to totally disrespect Bug like Aaron is deserve all the leeway, and I can't go for that.
And Terrence Crawford totally disrespected Ndongo and Jeff Horn.
See, you keep on going about what Terrence did, other people. I'm talking about the face-off between him and Errol Spence. Let's talk about the face-off with him and Errol Spence.
Oh, he can do it to everybody else, but he can't have it done to himself. I just thought you told me if you're a bad guy, then you should be willing to give out what you can take. I thought you told me. What are we talking about?
No, listen, we dealing with two different. Both of them did it. Errol Spence done it to Sean Poli. Eric Smith done it to Show Porter. Eric Smith done it to Mikey Garcia. Both of them done it, bro. Now we had a draw.
No, he didn't do it to Mikey Garcia. No, he didn't. And I told you this earlier when we was on the phone. I told you this earlier when we was on the phone.
Listen.
Coach, your expertise is
I don't judge facts off of 60, 40, 80, 90, or whatever. I judge fights off of ability, intelligence, and skill. That's how I judge them. I don't care about the
ability, intelligence, and skill. That's what you judge fights off of. Now explain to me how the fight's going to happen.
Fighters. I ain't say fights, fighters.
How the fights are going to happen. Explain to me how the fight's going to happen based off of what you just said. How they're going to happen.
Okay, I give an edge to Bud.
I didn't ask you who you get the edge to.
I didn't
ask you to get an edge to. I asked you how is
I think Bud gonna win. I think Bud gonna win.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. What I asked
I think Bud gonna win. I think he gonna win based on.
I did not ask you that. I did not ask you.
I'm announcing it. I think Bud gonna win off of his ability, his finesse,
I did not
and his skill.
You are answering something I did not ask. I did not ask you that.
Well, I answer your question.
You did not ask. I did not answer. I did not ask that question, Coach. OG, what I'm asking you.
What you ask?
How are we going to get to see what you are saying? How do we get there?
I don't care, and that's my point. And you trying to say Bud is the reason we ain't there. I'm trying to say, I'm telling you, both of them is the reason we ain't there.
If it's both of them, that's fine. If it's both of them, so let's use what you just saying that it's both of them. Let's use that. Hold up. Let's use that. It's both of them. Let's use that. Right? It's both of them. So what you're telling me is what you're telling me. Julius Ndongo and Jeff Horn were willing to do what Terrence Crawford is not. That's what you're telling me. So that makes it both of them. Because Terrence Crawford gave Ndongo 40% and he gave Jeff Horn 40%. That's the only way that you're telling me.
I can't keep on.
You guys are willing to do what Terrence Crawford is not.
Well, I can't keep on. You keep on going back to how you treated others.
I'm not keeping.
You keep on going back. You keep on going back to how you treated others. I'm trying to stay on how both of them treat each other. How both of them is.
So you're telling me it don't matter how he treated people. He got to be treated in a different way than he treated people. That's what you're telling me.
Well, that's on their team. That's on their team. That's between them and their team.
No, coach.
That's between their team. If their team accept those terms, so be it. But I'm trying to tell you the team of Team Crawford and Team Spence. Right there, that team there. I think both of them is equally responsible to make this fight happen. And I think both of them share the responsibility of it prolonged not happen. I don't give
Hold up, Coach, hold up. So you said, this is what you say, Coach. Again, Coach, you say that they are both equally responsible. That's what you say. I'm saying this again. I'm saying again. You are saying that it's A-OK for Terrence Crawford to have done to everybody else. You're saying it's okay. Now, I hear people in the background, so I'm gonna mute you right quick. I'm gonna unmute you so you can get your computer. So what you're saying is what you said to me earlier, OG. You said to me that Errol Spence, he's always been the A side, which he hasn't been, but that's what you said to me. He's been giving people 40%, so he should be able to take 40 now or 50-50 when it comes to Terrence Crawford. That's what you said to me earlier. All right, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Hold up, Coach.
It should be a discussion. It should be a common ground.
Coach, that's not what you said. So let me say this again. Let me say it again. You said that Errol Spence has been doing 60-40 to everybody, which isn't true, but he said, that's what you said. So you say he should be willing to take that now. That's what you say.
But you holding against him if he don't.
Oh, coach, a very simple point. Is that what you said?
I say that because you holding against him because if he don't take it, you shooting him in the back.
Coach, you said that Spence should be willing to take the 40% or 50-50. That's what you said.
Right? I say Spence should be willing to take it. Terrence Crawford should be willing to take it. Don't introduce something to somebody that you won't take yourself. Okay, that's how I feel.
Okay, so don't introduce something that you shouldn't be willing to take yourself. That's what you said.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you this question again. Terrence Crawford has never, ever to anybody. He has always been the A side to all of the fighters that he has fought. Correction, Breedis Prescott. Other than that, Terrence Crawford has been to every fighter he's fought. None of those guys have got 50-50s with Terrence Crawford. None of them. So if you're telling me,
well, who fought that is, bro?
Coach, hold up. You're telling me that Errol Spence should do something that Terrence Crawford has never done.
I see. If Errol Spence pushed 40-60 to Terrence Crawford, he should be willing to take it himself as well. So if now one of them take it, now where we go from there?
Okay, so you didn't answer my question, so I'll say it again. You want Errol Spence to do something for Terrence Crawford that Terrence Crawford has never done himself. So if you're telling me that Errol Spence, who's pushing 60-40 to Terrence Crawford, you're telling me this, he's pushing 60-40, so he should be willing to take 60-40 himself. That's what you're telling me. Well, I'm asking you, when did Terrence Crawford
Devin Haney done it?
I'm not asking you that. When Devin Haney did something that nobody did. So that's not what I asked you. What I'm saying,
all right then.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, where you just said we're talking about Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. That's what you said. So when did Terrence Crawford say to Jeff Horn, hey, here's 60-40, but if you push it to me, I'm willing to take it so we can negotiate and we can do 50-50. When did he do that?
Listen, you see, that's why we have this discrepancy there, because I feel like that whatever you allow somebody else's team to position, you allow somebody's team to put you on, you got to live with that because you accepted those terms. So it's just like Devin Haney gave Cambodia, accepted the term to go in this man's backyard, whip his ass, and take his girlfriend in the house too. So what I'm saying is that if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, if Errol Spence want to really be Bud ass, he wouldn't give a shit about the terms. He'll just get in there, take it, and beat his ass. It's just simple as that, man.
If Terrence Crawford really wants to fight Errol like he claims he does, he would have been took 40% years ago and got in there and beat his ass.
But see,
there is no buts.
But see, this is why.
There is no buts, coach. But
this why I'll get into that. This why I'll get into that. That percentage shit, man, because y'all take this percentage shit to the movies, bro. I believe in what happened in the ring. I believe in what happened in the gym. I believe in what happened in the gym. I believe in what is taught, what is made.
That is not what you just said.
I believe. See, listen, man. I don't care if Terrence take 40% or Errol Spence take 40%. Whichever one of them willing to take it, let's fight. But I'm not gonna hold it against now one of them for not taking it.
And you're telling
I'm not gonna hold it.
Terrence Crawford, what you just said to me is Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight Errol Spence. That's what you just said to me.
What I said? No, you can't put no words in my mouth.
Putting words in your mouth. I'm just interpreting them. You just said that.
You can't put no words in my mouth. I said, It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter to either one of them.
No, coach. No, coach. You just said if Errol Spence really wanted to kick Terrence Crawford's ass, it didn't matter what was offered. He'd just take it and kick his ass. That's what you just said.
Yeah. Okay, and vice versa.
Then you're agreeing with me. Then Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight him.
Well, I'm agreeing that Errol Spence didn't want to fight him too. What part of that you ain't understand? They both share responsibility to take that, bro. Don't try to lean one way.
How are you?
Don't try to lean one way. I'm agreeing with you to an extent.
Just disagree.
I'm agreeing with you to an extent. But I ain't taking your biased opinion about Terrence Crawford though. Because just like Terrence could take it, Errol can take it too.
So why? No, okay. So why didn't Terrence Crawford take it?
Why didn't Errol Spence take it?
I didn't ask you that. Take what? They didn't offer Errol nothing.
Why he take the 40? Why he didn't take the 40%?
Did they offer him 40?
Why he didn't take it? When he turned it down. When he turned it down, why Errol Spence didn't take it?
Did they offer him 40?
Was they offered to him if he refused it?
They never offered him anything.
But listen.
There is no.
But listen. Why would? But listen.
There is no. The only offer.
If he didn't take it. If he didn't take it.
The only offer. There was no other offers.
If he didn't take it.
Take what?
If he didn't take it. Why Errol Spence didn't come back and take it?
Take what? Take what?
You breaking up on him. You breaking up on him.
Was Errol Spence?
You breaking up on him.
Okay. Was Errol Spence supposed to take?
You breaking.
40%? So you're telling me that Errol Spence?
You breaking up on him. You breaking up on him.
So was Errol Spence?
You breaking up on him.
Oh, that's your comeback. That's the best you got.
Your voice breaking up.
Okay. Can you guys?
Your voice breaking up on him.
It's okay. Can you guys hear me in the comments? Can y'all hear me in the comments? Man, Vo, shut that soft ass shit up, Vo. You soft as fuck, bro. And you looking real soft in the comments, dick riding nigga. Anyways. Get back to this work because now all of a sudden I'm breaking up. Can you guys hear me in the comments? Can y'all hear me in the comments?
In my
okay, so hear me in the comments. Okay, good. I can understand y'all hear me in the comments. All right, cool. So it's fine. So y'all can hear me, so I'm gonna keep talking. I understand that deflection tactic of you're breaking up on me. I understand that. It's okay. So I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep giving you this work that you don't want to hear. You literally just said,
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Well, you just said to me, right? You just said to me when I told you, you're telling me that Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight him. You said, don't put words in your mouth. That's what you said. Don't put words in your mouth.
Yeah, because
hold on,
I didn't never say Terrence Crawford.
I'm gonna mute you right quick. Don't worry, I'm gonna unmute you. Give me 1 second because you want to talk over me. So I'm gonna unmute you right quick. So again, now you said to me that Terrence, you said, don't put words in your mouth. Don't put words in your mouth. You didn't say Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight Errol Spence. That's what you said to me. After telling me that if Errol Spence wanted to fight Terrence Crawford, he would have accepted 40%. There was no 40% for Errol Spence to accept because Errol Spence is the only one that made an offer. Terrence Crawford never offered 40%. Terrence Crawford said, you keep the 40% and give me 60% of the offer that you made. That's what Terrence Crawford said. Terrence Crawford and Top Rank never sent any offers. They never gave any offers. Nothing. They never did nothing. Nothing. Never. So there was nothing for Errol Spence to accept ever. There was one offer sent, and it was sent from Errol Spence to Terrence Crawford, and it was for 60-40. That's all. So if you want Errol Spence to accept something different, then you should be expecting Team Crawford to send something different for him to accept. Do you understand that right there, Coach? Did that? Was that logical? Coach, did you get
that? Okay. Now, since you say Aaron Spence sent 60-40 contract to Team Bud, right? So if Team Bud refused and say, no, you take 40 and I take 60, right? That what you're saying? So equally.
Hold on 1 second, Coach. 1 second, Coach. Hey, Coach, 1 second. 1 second, Coach. And you can go back and cooking. Just give me 1 second. Let me get this weird ass nigga the fuck out of here, dude. Let me get this weird ass nigga out of here. And then I'll let you go ahead and get back to cooking. Man, get your soft ass the fuck out of here, nigga. How about that? Fuck out of here, dude. Go dick right another page. Take your soft ass the fuck out of here. Go pimp somewhere else. I'm done listening to your weird ass conversation, nigga. Dick right my page from the sidelines, nigga. Fuck out of here. Anyways, my bad, Coach. I apologize. Go ahead. Get back to cooking.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead, Coach. Weird ass nigga.
All right. You say Aaron Spence. You say Aaron Spence initiated the 60-40, right?
That is correct. Yes, OG.
Okay. Terry Crawford received the 60-40 and say, no, I'm sending that back. You take the 40 and I take the 60. Right? That's Coach, the way you say it went.
It's no.
That's the way you say it went.
Coach, it's Errol's money. It's Errol's bread, though.
Okay, so here I'm saying. Now, if you was that goddamn if you was that damn slow and confident, why you didn't take the 40 when he sent it back and say, you know what? I'm gonna pull off a Devin Haney. I'm gonna take that 40 and then whip your ass. And on a rematch, I'm gonna take 60 and you're gonna take 40.
Okay, great question. Here's the reason.
You see what I'm saying?
Great question.
That's what I.
Coach, let me answer the question now because you asked me. Let me answer. When Errol Spence sent that, right? When Errol Spence said that, that was 2019. When Errol said that, right? 2019. Terrence Crawford said it's 50-50 or nothing. He did not send back and say, give me 40%. I mean, give me 60%, you take 40. He said it's 50-50 or nothing. That's what he said. And he went on about his business. Then they started to ask Terrence Crawford, who do you want to fight? He said Pacquiao. He went about his business. Every time they put a mic in his face, he said that fight is over with. It's done. I'm past it. The fight's never going to happen. I'm finished because he's talking 60-40. I'm done. That's number one. That's number one. So what you're saying is irrelevant because that's not what Terrence Crawford said, right? So that's number one. Number two, Errol Spence said, I'm fighting this guy, and this guy. When I finish fighting this guy, I'm going to get that belt. Don't matter who got it. If Terrence Crawford got it, that's who I'm going to fight. That's what he said. He is again now recently when the contract was sent for the 60-40, right? When the contract was sent, he said, I have one fight, not two, one fight. All I want Terrence Crawford, and then I'm moving up. There is no, I'm going to take 40%, and then a rematch, I'm going to take 60 when I beat your ass, right? He said, I got one fight. He has not lied yet. I got one fight. I want Terrence Crawford. I want undisputed, and then I'm moving up. So you just added in something that he didn't say, that he didn't ask for, that he didn't request, nor did he want. He wants undisputed, and then he's gone. You're talking about him taking 40, and then a rematch taking 60. But you're not saying
but
that
I'm saying, no. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that if you want, listen, man, if I want to whip your ass, I'm gonna whip your ass. I wouldn't give a fuck. We're standing between me whipping your ass. So I don't give. Okay. I don't.
So what's Terrence Crawford's issue then? So what's his issue? What's Crawford's issue then?
That go for both of them, bro. That go for both of them.
I didn't ask about both ways. You refused to answer the question. I didn't ask. I can explain Errol Spence's. I have been explaining Errol Spence's. You refused.
Errol Spence wouldn't make him think he could call a fucking shot when he in no better position, bro. I don't believe in that shit, man. Errol Spence ain't no fucking guard. Wait, he ain't done no more than Terrence did.
What the fuck is
He
Terrence
done no
Crawford?
fucking more than Terrence did.
Terrence Crawford. What is Terrence Crawford?
But I'm saying the fight will be determined in the ring. But Eric Spencer ain't done no hell of a shit for him to tell nobody what he can and can't do. Who the fuck is he, man?
You ain't saying anything. Who the fuck is Terrence Crawford? Who's he?
What is equal as who the fuck are both of them?
There ain't no buts. There ain't no buts.
But I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him polish Eric Spencer up and dog Terrence Crawford. I'm not gonna dog Terrence Crawford and polish Eric Spencer up. Because both of them can make this fight happen, man.
Did I dog?
They can make this fight happen.
So they can make it happen. You mean Terrence Crawford can accept 40%?
Eric Spencer can accept it.
So you're not so you're not going to answer.
Don't offer somebody something.
Don't offer nobody something.
It can Eric Spencer.
Don't offer nobody.
Can Eric Spencer accept 40%?
Yes, he can. Yes,
put yourself in somebody else.
Yes, okay, so put yourself in.
Well, why you accept it?
Why didn't Terrence Crawford get his man 50-50?
Wait, Ndogo ain't no fucking body in America. 3 years in America.
Who's Terrence Crawford?
Well, look around and see. Look around and see who the fuck he is. Ndogo ain't no fucking body in America.
Look around where? Where am I looking? Where are you getting these stats? I need look where he come from, where he at.
I don't give a damn where he come from. Listen, man, American fighters. Listen, man, American fighters gonna always have a higher standard against our foreign fighters, bro. That's just the way the nature of the sport. That's just the nature of the sport. And Ndogo ain't nobody in America, man, over no Terrence Crawford.
Why didn't Terrence Crawford?
If you ain't no packing y'all style,
why didn't Terrence Crawford go to Australia and fight Jeff Horn? Devin Haney did it. The same way Devin Haney went over there and fought Gambo. I said, why didn't he go?
That's something you got to deal with his team. But I think every fighter got to choose his path, bro. Every fighter got to choose his own path, man.
You just said, oh, all American fighters, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But Devin went to Australia.
But I'm saying, that's just the nature of the beast, man. The majority of American fighters, brother. The majority of American fighters, brother, fight on American soil. That's just the nature of the beast, bro.
I got it.
Show you had some of them.
I know that. I know American fighters want to fight on American soil. I know that. I'm asking you, if you're telling me all this hoopla or who the fuck is Errol Spencer, who the blah, 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 fine. Then why didn't Terrence Crawford, the challenger, go to the champion's house, Jeff Horn, and give him 50-50 or 60 or give Jeff Horn 60%? Why did he do that? You can't explain that. You won't. You refuse.
Listen, I can't answer the money problem for you, but I can't answer the money.
Tell me about EJ's money problems and what EJ should be doing. EJ should, if EJ wanted it, EJ should. He ain't nobody. He should do this. He should do that. But you refuse to say what Terrence Crawford should do. You refuse. Because
you refuse to say what you bias against with Errol Spencer, bro. You ain't being objective. And I told you both of them should be able to sit down and negotiate a term to have that fight for the boxing world. But you act like fucking Errol Spencer is the only one got a word. You act like Errol Spencer is the only one counting this matter. He's not the only one that counts.
Okay. So I will do, what's up, Blue? I will do what I said before. I will say it again. Every fighter, every single one of them, every big fight, you cannot name a big fight. You can't name one, not one, that did not have an A side and have a B side. You can't name one, not one, to include every fight. Every fighter you fought, you trained.
I know a few. I know a few. I can't memorize them, but I know a few of them. I can't remember why.
I'll say this again. No fight that had an A side and a B side. Big fights. No fight ever.
But listen,
where the A side and the B side.
In terms of what? In terms of what?
And no fight, none. No big fight, none, zero, none. There's always been an A and a B, and the A gets more. Every single time. Every time.
I told you, and I told you, and I'll tell you again. I told you, and I told you, I'll tell you again. I know a few of them, I just can't remember a lot of them. It was 50-50.
Yeah, I know a few.
I just can't remember which one it was.
I know the Mega Millions lottery number. I just can't remember it either. I know it too. But anyways, like I said, every big fight, every one of them, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler was not 50-50. Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hitman Hearns, both of them was not 50-50. Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, not 50-50. I could go on and on and on. On and on. Undisputed was not 50-50. Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, not 50-50. Bernard Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik, not 50-50. Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, not 50-50. Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, not 50-50. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, not 50-50. Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, not 50-50. Canelo Alvarez versus everybody, not 50-50. I could go on and on and on. I could go on all day. You can't name one. You're telling me, I just don't remember. Well, I just named you at least 20.
Yeah, I do. I tell you what, when I find them, I'm going to make sure. Listen, when I find them, when I research and find them, I'm going to text them to you, and I want you to make sure you put them on your telecast that I presented them to you. I know they would fight that with 50-50.
Yeah, you make sure you do that.
And when I do find them, I'm going to send them to you, and you put them on your podcast that I sent them to you.
Make sure you do that, OG. Make sure that you send me the big fights, the huge fights, the big fight. These fights were the fights people were clamoring for. They wanted this fight, man. They wanted it. They was clamoring for Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. The world wanted it. They was clamoring for Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield. The world wanted it. That's a fight they were clamoring for. Don't give me no Macho Camacho versus ass grease cheese hamburger man. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. I want to see the fighters, the fights that we wanted, that the people clamored for. Don't tell me about, man, listen, man, I'm telling you right now, they're one of the guys that I trained, this guy right here, he fought this bum ass nigga, and they did. I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about top fights, top names, big fights. This is the number one fight in the sport.
I don't care if it's top or not. I don't care if it's top or not. I think if I won't beat your ass, I think I don't care if it's top or not. If I won't beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. Ain't nothing gonna stand in front of me from beating your ass. Not no dollar, not no percent.
Then why didn't Terrence Crawford
not no dollar, not no percentage. If I won't come at your ass, I'm coming at your ass.
Errol Spence told the world. Okay, all right, hold up a second.
No.
You just stated something, so let me go ahead and make sure I get this right. You just stated something, so I'll make sure I get it right. You just said, if I want to fight you, it don't matter. I'm going over there to get you. I'm going to get that work. That's what your pupil, Roy Jones, that's what he did. Your pupil, your student, the fighter that the legend you trained, Roy Jones, said he's going to get that work if somebody wanted to fight him. He was going to get that work. Your pupil. Okay, if Terrence Crawford wants to smoke with Errol Spence, then 40% was a good enough split for him to go get it. Facts. He chose not to, so he didn't want to smoke. Errol Spence said, Errol Spence said, bro, I'm fighting this guy, and this guy. And when I finish fighting those guys, whoever got the belt over there, I'm fighting them. That is what he said, and that is what he did. It is Terrence Crawford that said, oh, Errol Spence, the only one I want. It's Errol Spence. I just want Spence. That's always been Terrence Crawford. So if Terrence Crawford was the one that wanted to smoke, then he should have went and got it. He didn't want it.
Well, look at the two fighters I've been that I've been part of. They didn't give a fuck. Devin Hanley and fucking Roy Jones. They didn't give a fuck. So until
Terrence Crawford does. Well, Terrence Crawford does give a fuck.
And so do fucking Errol Spence.
Errol Spence fault.
He
Errol
give
Spence,
a fuck.
Errol Spence said
If
exactly what he was doing, and he did it. It is Terrence Crawford who did not.
well, I'm gonna tell you, I respect. Well, listen, I respect your podcast. I respect you because I always watch you.
I got mad love.
You know, I got big love and respect for your podcast because you bring it hard. And I know when you come on this podcast, you gotta bring it hard. And
Yes, sir.
I respect a lot about you, and that's why I had to come on here and debate with you about issues that I feel me and you kind of different on. But I loved you to death because you was the brother that put it out there and willing to debate with anybody about anything. And I respect that about you, you know.
For
So
sure.
even though we gonna agree to disagree on the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence thing, but I still got love for you. I still watch your podcast and will continue to watch your podcast. You know, but my
that.
my phone about to die.
Tell Roy to watch it too. Tell Roy
My
to watch it.
phone my phone about to die, but I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up, and I'm gonna hit you up. But whenever you want me on here, man, call me, man.
Indeed, coach.
Call
Indeed.
me, all right.
Hey, go ahead and charge that phone up, coach.
Yeah,
Much love and respect, coach. The great coach.
all right,
The
man.
great
All right,
coach. Peace to you,
all
coach.
right. One love, bro. One love.
One love. Come on, man. Come on, coach. Now, I love coach. I do. Come on, coach. Let me read these super chats because I know I missed them. Shout out to my homie Kwame. He said, Coach, why does the rules change for Bud? The person who sells the most gets the most. Now that ish is real and Bud doing the opposite, y'all cap. All facts. This is what I told Coach on the phone. This is what I'm telling Coach again. All facts. All facts. All right. 100% facts. 100% facts. Shout out to my nigga Ancestral Rage. He say, BF, my nigga, you need to upgrade your mic ASAP. And most debates, when it gets heated, I can only hear your opposition, and we can't have that. Say less. BF will go. BF will go get one today. Say less. When I get off this live, I see you in the background, Drew. Give me 1 second. Let me read these super chats. When I get up this live, BF will go get a mic. As soon as I get up this live. Shout out to my nigga Ricky. He say EJ wants to fight more than Bud. That's Fendi facts. Yes. 100% facts. But it's okay. It's okay. Let me make sure I get all these super chats if I missed any. Make sure I get them all. Shout out to my nigga Mike Biggs. He say, how much was Coach selling them goalposts, bro? $5.99, my nigga. Them goalposts was $5.99. And if you bought 3, he gave you 4 for free. $5.99. You bought 3, you get 4 for free. Bro, you can't be fucking serious right now. You can't be serious. You can't. Hold on 1 second. So I'm sitting here like, I want y'all to hear listen. I wanted y'all to specifically listen to Coach, right? I wanted y'all to specifically listen because listening to what Coach was saying, right? Listening to what Coach was saying, you would think that Errol Spence should give Terrence Crawford 40%. I see you in the background, Drew. Give me 1 second. Errol Spence should give Terrence Crawford 40%. I mean 60%, right? Give him 60. With the hope that in a rematch, Terrence Crawford is going to agree. Give him 60% with the hope that in the rematch, he's going to agree. With the hope. I'm sitting here like, bro, I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford versus Julius Indongo was a 60-40 split for Terrence Crawford. As a matter of fact, every fight, all of them, when he fought Delorme for the vacant WBO, Terrence Crawford was the A side. When he fought Molina, he was the A side. When he fought Diaz, he was the A side. When he fought all of these guys, all of them, he was the A side. The last time Terrence Crawford was the B side was against Breedis Prescott because it was on short notice. That was the last time. He hasn't been the B side since Breedis Prescott. Even with Amir Khan, he was the A side, but he ended up getting less bread. He was the A side, but he got less bread because Amir Khan got more money overseas, and all that overseas money kicked in, and he made $7 million. But the fight when the negotiations was 5.5 and 5 million. Terrence Crawford got 5.5 and Amir Khan got 5 million. So in the negotiation split right then, Terrence Crawford was the A side. He was the A side to everybody. Everybody. He has not been the B side since Breedis Prescott. But you niggas want me to have this thought process that Terrence Crawford is the A side to Errol Spence, or Terrence Crawford said he should come there and be like, well, you was the A side, so now you need to be the B side because you was the A side. So how does it feel? Well, nigga, you was the motherfucking A side for your whole career. You are the B side against Errol Spence. You are the B side. The numbers dictate the A and B side. They always have, and they always will, which is why Sugar Ray Leonard was the A side to Hagler. He was the A side, and Sugar Ray Leonard was the A side to Hearns. He was the A side to all these guys, all of them. That's why Oscar De La Hoya was the A side to all these guys, to include Floyd Mayweather. That's why Mayweather was the A side to everybody, not named Oscar De La Hoya, because the numbers matter. The numbers dictate your A and B side. That's the reason why Terrence Crawford was the A side to Julius Indongo, because his numbers were bigger. That's the reason why Crawford was the A side to Jeff Horn, because his numbers were bigger. This is not hard. This ain't rocket scientists. But you guys act like it is. Like out of nowhere, Errol Spence should do something that Terrence Crawford has never done and refuses to do. But Errol should do it because it's Terrence fucking Crawford. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. This nigga ain't shit. He's a regular fighter like everybody else. Miss me with talking about that pound for pound shit. That's your opinion. That don't mean shit to me. There is no facts behind your opinion at all. Not miss me with that. So when you start telling me, oh man, well, listen, man, Terrence Crawford, he got the skills. Yo, when I asked Coach about Terrence Crawford's skills, do you know what Coach told me? When I said, what skill does Terrence Crawford have? Coach told me finesse. Swear to God. Swear to God. And I got no beef for Coach. The legendary coach, legendary human being. But he's biased towards Terrence Crawford. Heavy. And he says I'm biased towards Errol Spence. But he might want to go back a little bit. Y'all might want to go back a little bit. Anybody telling me I'm biased towards Errol Spence? You might want to go back a few years. You might want to go back to when this debacle started. You might want to go back there to realize where Bftb was at. Terrence Crawford. It was full Crawford. 100%. I was backing that man over everybody and everything. You might want to go back there and check. You might want to go back there and check, bro. You might want to go back there. You might want to go back and do just a smidge of research. Just a little bit. You might want to go back there, do a little bit of research, and see where Bftb stood. I stood there right up until Errol Spence said 60-40. I stood there. It was Team Crawford. I was behind that man a million. Right up until Errol Spence said 60-40. I don't remember anybody telling me, oh man, you can't blame Errol Spence, man. You got to blame Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Man, you just can't blame Errol Spence for this. You can't blame Errol Spence just for this. I mean, no. You gotta blame Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, man. You gotta blame them both. No one was saying that to me. No one. To include legendary trainers like Coach Whop. No one. But as soon as I said, okay, Terrence Crawford, if you say you want to fight this man, he is now giving you what it should be, a legitimate champion split. He didn't come at you at 80-20, 90-10. He gave you a legitimate champion split. You come out here saying no. Then you don't want it. You're a fucking clout chaser. That's all you've been doing is clout chasing. You don't want this man. Don't tell me I want to fight Errol Spence, but at my price. Get the fuck out of here, man. Then you don't want this nigga. Devin Haney didn't do that. Devin Haney didn't say, I want to fight Cambozo, but at my price. No. Devin Haney said, you got what I want, and I'm going to fucking get it. You got what I want. I'm going to get it. Shout out to my nigga Todd French. He said another body in the resume. Bftb was even nice enough to serve him a cool crisp glass of 80-ounce petty on the way out. Salute to BF. Shout out to LDBC. Salute to my nigga. Mr. Punch Out salute. He said salute to the grave digger, bro. Salute to you, King. Sam Clark says Spence bringing 3 to 4 belts, more fans, and an even better KO percentage than Bud to the table. Anybody denying he's the A side is biased. Period. Yes. Hustler's Home says, I respect the fact that OG came to the graveyard, unlike these coward trolls, but this was a body. Hashtag put him in the dirt. Because that's just what I do. My nigga RS Cooper coming back heavy on your boy. He say just something towards a new mic. Also, I need to put out a couple of hits. Even though they wrenches, LOL, what's the ticket number? Hashtag Texas made. Salute to nigga RS. Who make sure I got everybody else. My nigga Rampage say a little something for that Saturday body bag. I appreciate you, King. The Droof, what's up with you, homie?
Yo.
Talk to the people, King.
All right, listen, man. I'm gonna keep it simple because I'm gonna let you cook. Listen. Let me ask you a question. Did the coach ask for this?
He did.
Unbelievable. Who did he think he was talking to?
Even Trill told him that. Bill Haney told him that, bro. Trill Bill was like, man, you do know who you're talking to, right?
Unbelievable.
It's like, listen, Trill Bill was like, OG, I love you to death. You know you're my OG, and I respect everything about you, but you know this is BFTB, right? You know this is what he does.
Bro, you know
he was
what?
trying to help him and everything, man. He tried to save him in the whole nine. Swear to God he would.
And salute the coach, but here's what this is important. This live should be pivotal for the next few decades, because I'm gonna tell you why. This is further proof that there's no idiots roaming around these streets out here. We are the ones paying money to see fighters that we support. And let me be very clear. Don't nobody over here hate Bud. We just confused as to what the fuck's going on.
Dude's weird,
all right?
Man.
We fucks with Bud, and then Bud started acting funky. All right? Everything that coach said, it was if both men wanted, both men should get it. Well, Errol got everything on his end working for him, and he said, let's get it. What's the fucking holdup? Now, and he never wanted to admit it what the holdup was. You know why he didn't want to admit what the holdup was? Because I don't think coach knows. Bud knows he's the B-side.
Coach knows. Coach knows. He knows what the holdup is. Coach doesn't want to say it because if he said it, it would go against Terrence Crawford. That's why. And if you notice, everybody does that. Everybody that says it's both of them, everybody that says that, they are telling you that it is Terrence Crawford. Well, because they were not saying it's both of them when people were saying it was Errol Spence.
Well, I'm gonna go in a different direction because I was in the chat. We're July 16th. Mike Cappinger said allegedly we got a November date. All right, and I keep saying niggas even know what the fuck's going on because I'm not rich. We trying to take days off. We might have to travel. We want to know where we going, what we doing, flights, seats, and all this shit. We want to know ahead of time. All right, we're not rich people in here. We're just working people who love a sport that don't love us back. We're July 16th. All the ducks in a row. Why hasn't this fight been announced? We've been hearing rumblers October, November. Mike Cappinger just said November. I don't trust Mike Capinger. Mike Capinger is a former employee of MTK Global, which doesn't exist anymore. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Okay. There's no fucking date, and nobody don't rely on ESPN to tell you anything. We don't know why this fight is not being signed yet, or do we? Now, I've been speaking up on it. I've had guests that have an ear to the ground speaking up on it, but everyone's talking about what's going to happen and who's going to knock out who. Look, I want to know when the date is going to be mentioned. What I do want to remind people is when Bud was in the beach talking about, I'm looking for big fish, where you at, Errol? The man was in Dubai. And he went to talk to Daniel Kinahan. All right? Put 2 and 2 together. That man got a $5 million bounty on his head. And Bud was checking to see what MTK was talking, and MTK don't exist anymore. Guys, I know we don't want to talk about it, but listen. There's a reason why this fight has not been announced yet. And I say it every day. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they announce it today after this Ryan Garcia fight. I hope they mention it. I hope they say, look, we got an official date sometime in November. I hope. But don't y'all think it's a little fucking strange we haven't gotten a date for this yet? To me, there's cause for concern. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to talk about who's going to win or not. Because right now, and I know y'all going to hate to hear this shit ain't happening. This shit ain't happening. The government is trying to find out who got money from this fucking criminal. So I don't give a fuck what Mike Coppin just said. He's out of his fucking mind. It's not the first time this guy lied. Do you remember when ESPN said it's finally happening? Deontay Wilder and AJ, they agreed to terms. Did we miss that fight or what? Did the fight happen? Shit ain't happen. So ESPN is not a credible source. And Bftb, the next time somebody come into the graveyard talking about who does what, hey man, Bud's gonna beat Errol and Bud's the A side.
Whoa!
Hit him with that.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty before it gets started. Oh, Froggy when he did right. Crambo.
What the fuck?
Because I don't want to hear shit else. Make the goddamn fight if you're allowed to do it, Bud. I don't, because Bud has been awfully quiet. Or I'm gonna stand in the pocket and slug it out with Errol. Okay, can you get to the goddamn ring? Can we get a date? Because we want to see you do it. Stop dicking us around, man. This is bullshit. Tired of this shit, man. Everybody want to come in your chat and argue you down about who did what. Pause. Pump the fucking brakes. Can we get a fight date so we can really knuckle it down and have a debate about who wins and why? And that's what I meant by saying I don't know if Coach is that deep into it. Everybody, we're not fools anymore. I don't know who Coach thought he was going to come in here and talk to. We're not fools out here. We know more about the business than a lot of people in the business know. We know better than to listen to Mike Capinger. I'll trust anybody, LDBC, Champ Side, Blue Blood, Ego, before I listen to anything that somebody puts out on motherfucking Box Rec or wherever, boxing scene. I read articles and give my goddamn opinion. And my opinion on this is that this shit is garbage. I don't think the fight is happening, and I hope I'm wrong. Yo, peace, King. I'm out, man. Keep cooking.
All right, bro.
Yep.
So I understand. I understand the truth. I understand his. I understand where he's coming from, man. I understand the frustration. I understand all that. I do. I know I have a little bit of insight to some of these things where I can have a different thought process without having I know where he's coming from. I put it that way. I know where he's coming from. I know exactly where he's coming from. And if how can I put this? There's some things I can and can't, so I just won't. I'll just leave it alone and let it do its thing, right? So I understand what Drew, I understand his standpoint, because I was there for a while. Like, man, these niggas ain't about shit. They ain't about shit. They ain't gonna do shit. it's not happening. Hold on a second. But I understand the Drew's point, man. Syriac, what's up with you, King?
What's up, King? I'm glad
Salute
to talk to you. Salute, man. I got your back, man. I'm on your six all the time, man. You know, we both veterans. Man, hey, I hate that y'all have to battle the things that y'all going through, man. I be sitting up here listening to about 12 different shows. I hear some negative, I hear some positive, but man, y'all kings y'all keep leading them trail that blaze on. I mean, just blaze that trail, and keep doing what y'all doing because man, y'all what it is, y'all stirring up the pot. Y'all stirring up the pot so much that these, you know, I've been sick. You can look at my frail body. Um, uh, I don't want my emotion to get in the way. Get out, get out, get out. You know, I did my last tour and everything, and I'm getting weaker now. And I just love y'all for what y'all. I don't say much. I don't say much, but I be on everybody's broadcast. They don't know I'm listening. I be there, and sometimes I'm unable to even pick up my phone. I just listen. I just put you the communication to me, and I thank God that the LWC is speaking on real topics, especially trail talk. They talk about everything, especially when it's not about boxing, and sometimes it be about life, social changes. Then that Drew just came up with the pep talk. Oh my God, y'all got it going on, and that's the one way we gonna take back this nation. They keep talking about we came from Africa. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe we was originally here. It's a lot of things. You know what I call LDBC to me, believe it or not? Let's do Bible talk, conversations. Because I read the Bible a lot. I got about 1,000 books of different books and everything I read. And I be wanting to say something, but I know everybody ain't religious. So, but we can look on the corners. I got to go back to Chicago soon. I was 205 pounds just 6 months ago. I don't know what kind of poison they slicked on my ass. They done confiscated all my guns from me. Ever since I showed that gun to you, they done took everything. They came up in this house and took everything from me. I went to eat something out of my cabinet. Damn near died. Now I'm just over here. But everything's still paid off. I'm finna make a journey across America. I think the Lord, in a dream, he promised me a pet bear. So I'm happy, man. I'm in a place where I should be. I just don't know how it feels to be 150 pounds. I was 150 pounds in 5th grade. And hey, Bftb.
Yes, sir.
Man, you keep doing what you do. You make me hurt my backbone sometimes when I laugh so hard. It cracks my back up. I mean, I literally laugh at you when you snap off, and I laugh so hard that my back, it say crack, 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 and I be like, they can get it in every time. And sometimes I be driving, I damn near crash to another car. That's why I try not to concentrate on you so much, because you made me hit somebody in the back of their car one day. You was talking, and I'm laughing, looking at you. I'm laughing, and I crashed into this white lady's car. Oh my God. Right there on the 410 in San Antonio, man. I'm like, BFTV get me in trouble every time. Man, I just want to put the blessings of the Most High God on the LDBC. Y'all are going straight. Y'all doing what y'all do. And I really believe that y'all gonna take over this damn thing, because everybody concentrated on y'all. Just tell me why everybody concentrated on what you all speak from 7A Sport TV, Blue Blood really killing them. Then you got Drew over there with two channels, yes, brother, 2 channels. And then you got KQKC, He over there speaking old English to a motherfucker. He breaking them off old school style. Man, it's just tremendous that I came across you guys and y'all doing what y'all do, and then nobody can ever bring up the receipts that you bring up. I mean, you kills everybody. I don't even want to get on the. I don't even want to try to question anything you say. I just take it as a fact. I just take it as a fact. When you get on them, all I do is say, shut up. I don't want to be called no bitch nigga. I don't want to fucking make a mistake. I don't want to do shit. Snapping. Oh my God. I be like, he going in. And I mean, all I can do is just say, and you showing the receipts, my brother. And thank you for your service. And guess what, guy? I got my divorce letter, my whole house paid off, and everything. I'm giving it to my daughter because I told her I'm going to meet my pet bear.
Man, do your thing, dog. Go get that.
I love you, man. I love you, man. Hey, I'm going to be out there, man. I just got to lift some weights again because I don't want y'all calling me puny and shit.
Man, you be all right, King. Do your thing.
Man, shit. 50 pounds off a body, boy. Boy, man, I'm trying to eat a moose. I'm going out there in the wilderness right now. I'm going to get my ass to the wilderness, get me a big-ass flat moose.
For sure, family. You go
all
ahead.
Right, peace out, brother. I love you. Peace, I love you, man. Love you real.
Indeed, family. Love you too, man. Peace.
Yeah, I'm going to get my folks.
For sure.
Chicago. I'm going back home.
Go on, get it in, family.
All right, peace out, brother.
Peace, homie. 817, what's up with you, bro?
What's up with it, family? I mean, you in here cooking. I'm gonna have to run it back because once the live stopped, goddamn me, I got distracted. So I'm gonna have to run it back. But from the comments, it looked like you cooked. But I just want to say, you just gotta understand, everybody out here in the chat, you know, everybody get wrenches because most of the time we murky or whatever. But you gotta be careful what you type out here because it's family in this motherfucker. You dig? And you be trying to type some slick shit because it's 300-400 motherfuckers in here and you think somebody ain't seen that shit. Motherfucker seen that shit. The link worked. The link worked. I'm talking about video wise, mic wise. That motherfucker worked. If you ever got an issue with anybody that BF put up on this motherfucker, he allows you to click the link and kill him. So if you got an issue with Drew, if you feel like he trying to be somebody, or anybody else, take that shit to their platform. If they slide across here, click the link and get that shit off your chest. Don't say that weak shit in the comments and then hide behind your wrench and shit and turn it into some other shit. Cause we out here, and I'm gonna call you to the motherfucking carpet. I'm one of them. I'm just that stupid. I'm out the way, BL. Keep cooking, fam.
For sure, family, man. Peace to my homie 817. Look at my beautiful Pam Saffer in the building. Look at my queen. Where has my beautiful Pam been at? My beautiful Pam, I've been missing you, love. She called me Knowledge. She been calling me Knowledge now for years. Well, everybody else has called me Gravedigger. Like my beautiful queen Pam, she called me Knowledge. Where have you been? Where has my beautiful Pam been? Man, I've been missing you, love. Shout out to my nigga Dead Game Boxing. What's up, King? I see you in the building. Tez, what's up, Tez? And Jeezy, salute my nigga. Why not? OTB, my nigga. I see you, King. I see my homie said he was over there at a cookout with Bud. I see y'all. I see y'all. KQ, what's up, Let me get back to this work, man. Let me get back to this because I'm going to get to this right quick before I go get this camera. What's up, Trailwell? Listen. My nigga Drink. What's up, Drink? Salute to my nigga Drink More Water, man. That's my homie. Me and my nigga Drink, we have gone at this. We have gone at this multiple times. And I appreciate you coming through, Drink. I definitely appreciate you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Me and my nigga Drink, we have gone at it. We have gone at it, man. I'm talking at it, like at each other's throats. But I want my nigga Drink to know, bro, I fuck with you heavy, bro. Like real shit. You my nigga, bro. Like I got no beef. It's all love with you, bro. We can agree to disagree when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. We can do that all day. All day. We can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But you a real dude, bro. Like, and I'm telling you this, man, with over 300 motherfuckers here, bro. You a real dude, man. Like, the support that you give Terrence Crawford, Monty the God, what's up, Monty? The support that you give Terrence Crawford, bro, I respect that more than other niggas support the Terrence. I respect it more than others. Now, we may not agree on a lot of things, but the support that you give him is more logical and realistic, right? It's more logical and realistic. Niggas be out here like, nah, Terrence, he ain't got to do shit. Nah, Terrence don't got to. No, listen, if Errol Spence giving Terrence Crawford 40%, you know what I'm saying? Then Errol Spence should be willing to have 40% himself. My nigga Drink is like, nah, man. Nah. What's up, Unc? I see you. Drink's like, nah, bro. Nah. Now, this is, if Errol Spence, if they're going to negotiate 50-50, cool. That's fine. I'm with that, and I will hope they do. But man, the proof is in the pudding, man. Errol Spence has done better numbers. Errol Spence is it's clear. The pay-per-view numbers is there. We know that the A side is determined off the numbers, and Errol Spence is the A side, so he should be dictating the terms. But I got Bud beating him. There is nothing wrong with that statement. Nothing. There is nothing wrong with that, y'all. I want everybody to understand me, bro. That's a real Bud fan. That's a logical, down-to-earth Bud fan. What my OG did when he came in here earlier. When my OG came in, right? My OG came in and he was like, every time I asked this, man, because he tried to lead us down the way, right? He tried to lead us down the way to say, oh, well, if Errol Spence really wanted it, and Errol Spence said he the big guy, and Errol Spence, blah, 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 if he really wanted it, then he should have been willing to accept the 40%. Why would Errol Spence accept 40%? For what? What will be the reason behind that? What will be the purpose? My nigga Memphis, salute to you, King. Shout out to my nigga Memphis. You can't even explain to me what will be the purpose of Errol Spence even. What will be the purpose of that? You can't explain to me the reasoning behind that, bro. You can't explain to me why Errol Spence would accept 40. Where would this 40 even come from? The only person that made an offer is Errol Spence. He's the only one. The counter offer was 50-50 or nothing. Hold on a second. My nigga Rich, what's up, homie? Shout out to my nigga Rich. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good, King?
I can't call it. Talk to the people, homie. What's up?
I see a couple people have a problem with me in the comments. What's up? I'm here now.
Don't worry about that,
Talk
man.
to me. I'm just here showing my support.
It's all love, man. Don't worry about that. You know we petty over here. People are going to do that, dog. Don't worry.
No doubt, bro.
Let me get back to this work, though. It's all love. Anyways, let me get back to this. So you can't tell me, right? You can't tell me yet you're a fan of, and right on cue. Let me get back to this. I'm gonna get back to this. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, let me get back to this. He right there, man. Like I know my nigga Rich, my nigga 817. I don't know what y'all had going on in the comments because I was cooking, but trust me, man. I don't believe neither one of you is on no fugazi shit. My 817 right there. He right there. He right there. But I know it's just some shit that happened in the comments, and it just is what it is. Ain't nobody. Trust me, man. He right there, Rich. He right there. He right there in the comments. He right there. I just didn't put him on because I already knew what it was hitting for. Like, I know what this is about. Trust me, I know. It's all good. It's all good, bro. No beef, no issues. But let me get back to this work. My nigga Levi, what's up, homie?
Oh, no. I'm gonna let you get back to this work. I was about to say something about Drink, like his stance. His stance wasn't always like that, bro.
Not always, no.
Okay, exactly. That's it. Because he said I was lying on him when I say his stance wasn't always like that in the chat. Like in the chat, I just stated in the stat, I said his stance wasn't always like that. It was more like Sir Senior's stance. And now it's like that because
he was never that extreme. It was more that direction, but you got to understand, and I'm gonna come to his defense on this one, right?
I'm not trying to attack him. He just said I was lying on him, and I wasn't lying on him.
You're not lying, but let me explain.
Bet.
In the absence of anything, you are going to rely on what you believe. right? In the absence of any facts,
any facts,
you're going to rely on what you believe. When for Drink, as facts came in, his thought process went to this. It moved more to the middle.
I get it.
Right?
The facts was swaying his entire outlook. I
as
get
it
that.
should, everybody, as it swayed me too.
As it should. It's supposed to. I mean, when the facts come, you go with the facts. I get it. I understand that. I'm just saying he listen, I'm hard on what he said. He said he was always like that. That's a lie. He wasn't always like that, period. And that's it. That's my only thing. Now I'm gone because I gotta go. I got shit I gotta do. But thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
For sure, Levi, man. Peace to the king. Peace.
All right, peace to you, bro.
Yeah, me and my nigga Drink, we have gone at each other's throats, bro. But and reason why I take a minute to speak about my nigga Drink, because, bro, I got mad love for homie, dog. Like, I was on a panel, and I don't know if y'all were here, but I was on a panel with Drink, Sir, Muggs, and somebody else. But it was all Bud fans and me, right? And the things, this is where I got my respect for him. The things, when I didn't give out opinions, and well, I did give opinions, but my opinions were based on the facts, right? They were based on the facts. And when I gave out that, where Drink didn't agree with me in the beginning, he ended up agreeing, right? And he didn't agree with everything because I am where I am, but he agreed on the facts that I was given, that I presented. And then when people started to come at me for the negativity, my nigga Drink was like, nah, that's not right. No. What BF said is right, bro. What BF said, what he said is that's correct. That's correct. You know what I'm saying? That's correct. And in that stance, I'm with it. In that stance, right? In that respect. I see you, dog. Hold on one second. So to my nigga Drink, I see my nigga Drink says, it's all good, Drink. You ain't got to worry about the panel, homie. Don't worry about it, bro. It's all good. So what my nigga Drink saying, when he's saying not true, let me explain my stance, Drink. And more than likely, my nigga, what's up, Glove Up? What's up to my homie? Don't worry, dog. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put you on. What me and Levi were saying when we're saying your stance wasn't the same, right? What we're saying is we were speaking more in line of who was the holdup for the fight, right? Who was the holdup? Now, I don't. I'm not gonna put no jacket on you that didn't happen, right? I'm not gonna do that. To my recollection, your stance was that Errol Spence was the holdup. You was in agreement that EJ was the holdup. My nigga OTB, I see you in the background, Ken. Give me 1 second. That was that Errol Spence can fight Terrence Crawford whenever he wanted to, right? That was the at that particular time, that was the stance that was being pushed, that you were in agreement with, right? That was the stance. And that's where you and I disagreed. Right? Because he couldn't fight Terrence Crawford whenever he wanted to, because if I offered you 40% and you said no, then I can't fight you whenever I want to. Right? That's a disagreement. That right there, that's disagreement. If I say here's 40%, I told you I'm fighting this guy, and this guy. And when I finish, I'm gonna fight you. Right? Yeah. No. Hold on a second. Let me read this. He say, my stance has been neither fighter. It was the business. Y'all stance was why Bud was ducking. I feel you, but you're not listening to me, Drink. My stance has always been, it is this person or that person. That's my stance. It's this person or that person. It will always be this person or that person, because it'll be this person's business or that person's business, right? It'll be the business of that individual is included with that person, right? So if Errol Spence's team, to include Al Heyman and all these other guys, you know what I'm saying, were making obstacles, then it's their fault. If it was Terrence Crawford and his team, then it's Terrence's fault, right? That's where I'm at with it. So I understand what you're saying about the business, but you're right there, Drink. Right? You're right there in the middle. You're saying it ain't Bud, it ain't EJ, it's the business. But it's one of their others' business. Right? And that's the difference. So it's no negativity with you, Drink. None at all. None at all. So when my stance was why is Bud's ducking, it's because that my stance previously was EJ was ducking. Art Man in the building. What's up, homie? I see you in the building. Give me 1 second, bro. I see all the family in the building. What's up, King? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put all 3 of y'all on. Give me 1 second. But that's what I'm saying, Drink. It's never been, and that's what Levi is saying. Because I articulated that to the people that's my stance. It was EJ when I spoke on EJ ducking, when I said EJ was strategically ducking, right? The whole thing, everything, EJ, Al, the whole PBC was all included with Errol Spence. So when I spoke on Terrence Crawford ducking, it's the whole thing. And I think that's what differentiates everybody. That's where the separation is between what you're saying and what we're saying. But it's no disrespect to you, homie. I fuck with you heavy. So when Levi is saying what he was saying, that's what he's talking about. Because that's what I'm talking about. And Levi's agreeing with me. So that's what we're talking about. Not nothing against you as how we put it, right? It's how it was put out. But let me bring y'all all along right quick. My nigga Dog Money, my nigga OTV, and my nigga Art Man, the great is in the building. What's up with your family, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, BF,
Yes, sir.
I want to take you down the trail right quick. You got some brothers, right? You have some brothers, right? BF.
Yeah.
You got brothers, right? Okay. Check this out. Let's say you and your brothers are sitting in the house, y'all playing a video game, and your mom says, y'all boys get out there and go cut the yard. But don't nobody get up to go cut the yard but you. All right, so you go cut the yard, you come back in and start playing the video game again. When dinner time comes, your mama say, BF, I'm going to give you a bigger piece of cake because the mother boys didn't do what you did or as much as you did. So I'm going to give you a bigger piece of cake with dinner. Then your brother looks at you and says, BF, man, we brothers. You ought to cut your cake down and make us all have an even amount of cake. What would you say?
I would say this is my cake. Fuck wrong with you? I'm not. I got cake. We both eating cake. It don't matter. Like ain't nobody putting out a motherfucking measuring stick to measure it down. You looks can be deceiving. My big piece of cake might be the same as yours. You just looking at mine like mine is bigger. Eat your shit. I'm eating mine.
But hold on though, because you told your brothers, like, hey, I'm gonna leave school early so I can knock the grass out. You feel me? So I can do this shit. Don't none of y'all worry about it. Let me take care of this. And then, we gonna take care of then we could go and hoop once I get done. But I'm getting the big piece of cake I like go to dinner. We ain't got no problem with that. But you told us, long as we can admit that you told your brother that, you had something to take care of.
I'm putting it in terms when somebody asks you, ain't nobody getting that cake up, man. Ain't nobody getting that cake up.
Money, time out. Let me address what my nigga OTB said. I want to hear my Art, man. I want to hear my brother Art too. Let me hear what OTB said. OTB said, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said, but you told your brother what you was doing, right?
Facts. You told him. Meaning the side of the street shit. Let me get these straps first over here. You told him that you had something to do before you did it. So when we getting yelled at for the grass not getting cut, you feel me? Then yes, you supposed to cut the front and the back. Don't come to me talking about cut the back.
Hold on. You went off subject. Because what Dog said, if we do something, if we get a task, right? There's a task. And because I did the task, I'm getting a big piece of cake.
But you told us that you was going to do that.
Hold on a second. I hear you, family. 1 second. Dog said there is cake, right? There's 4 belts of cake. One person says, I'm going to do this so I get a big piece of cake. The cake is there for everybody to eat. There is no one holding up anyone from doing the exact same thing to get the big piece of cake, right? Errol Spence told everybody what he's doing to get the big piece of cake. You sat on the shelf and told him to go do it. So how can you be mad that he's getting the big piece of cake?
No, he never mad.
No. I'm speaking in general.
Yeah.
In general. If I
big
told
fish,
you,
big cake.
If I told you I'm getting a big cake. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting a big piece. Mama cooked this good ass cake. That shit look good and smell good. I'm getting the big piece, and I know what to do to get the big piece. You know what to do to get the big piece too, but you choose not to do it. I go and do it. So how can anybody tell me then to cut my cake and give you more of it when I told you what I was doing to get the big piece of cake? I'm listening.
Because we could have been ate the cake.
No. Okay, we
could have been ate the cake.
We could have ate the cake. You
said that you wanted to go and holler at your girl. Yeah, I mean, whatever you wanted to do, you wanted to do it before me and you could eat our cake together. You feel me?
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. But what happened is,
he tried hard. He tried
I know
hard.
you're trying. It's all good, King. It's all good. I got you.
I'm reaching.
You reaching. It's all, you reaching, homie. That cake's right on the table. Errol said, cake's right there. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do what I need to do so I can ensure Mama gives me the biggest cut of that cake. I'm going to do, I know the world knows what needs to happen. All right, the world knows. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get the biggest cut of cake I can get. Terrence Crawford knew exactly what to do. Do you know how I know he knew? Because he had did it already at 140. So he knew what to do. He chose not to. He chose to wait for Errol Spence to get that. When they said, hey, you can get in this cake if you want to. All you got to do, you know what I'm saying, is go help Errol Spence right away. Nobody, you're in a position. Bro, Errol Spence got to leave school. Nigga, you out of school already. Hold on. Errol Spence got to leave. He's telling you, listen, bro, I'm cutting class. Oh, my nigga, Art Man did. God damn it. It's all good, Art. Yeah. So Errol Spence said, I'm cutting class. I'm going to go home and cut the grass. Because I know if I cut the grass, I'm going to get the big piece of cake.
You get the big piece of cake.
Terrence Crawford was out of school. He was out of school. He wasn't in school. His school was over. He was done. He wasn't in school at all. He was out of school. And instead of him saying, well, you know what, EJ? I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to be your IBF mandatory. That way, and he had options. He could have said, you know what, EJ? I'm going to go with you. Do you know what he could have did? He could have said, you know what, EJ? You're jumping on your bike to go home. I'm calling an Uber. I'll meet you there. Because he could have met him there with Danny Garcia. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you, so we know that there's a cake right there. You're telling me that you're going to go do this work, cut the grass, to get the biggest piece of cake. Danny Garcia needs to cut that grass too. Jeff Horn needs to cut that grass too. Well, Jeff Horn's right here. Jeff Horn, he got to fight me. Jeff Horn got to cut grass. Mama said he don't cut this grass, she whipping his ass. He got to cut grass. So I know he's there. He good. Ain't nobody pressing Danny Garcia. Errol Spence said he's going to get that. He's going to cut the grass. Terrence Crawford, who was out of school, could have jumped in an Uber, beat Errol Spence to the house, cut the grass with Danny Garcia, and then went back to Jeff Horn, who was an in-house. He was already there. He wasn't going nowhere.
You left school early, and we still had to wait, bro. Time
out, kid. He could have called an Uber. Because it's the analogy y'all gave me. He could have called an Uber, started cutting the grass with Danny Garcia, went back to where he was at with Jeff Horn, unified that piece of cake. There's 4 pieces of cake. He now got 2 of them. The big piece is with this man right now. So there's 1 piece of cake left. So 1 piece. That piece of cake was Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Because people were not giving Ugas the credit for that piece of cake. Terrence Crawford, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was sitting there on the grass. How to fight Terrence Crawford? 80-20 my way. This man listens to Bomac saying, I don't sign a fucking contract. You do the homework. Don't fucking contract. So he signed contract. While he didn't sign the contract, Errol Spence said, okay, so I told you what I'm doing to get the big piece of cake. I told you. I went I fought Sean Porter for that piece of cake that you refused to fight. You said, "Oh man, me and Sean is cool, so our cake's piece." Me and Sean need to make sure we have the same piece of cake because we cool. So we gonna have the same. I ain't worried about eating Sean cake until Errol Spence did. Yeah. So Errol Spence said, "You know what? Well, I'm taking this cake then. If you guys are cool, I'm not. I'm taking this cake." Then Errol took his cake. Then Errol took Danny's cake. Ugas took Pacquiao's cake. You refused to take Pacquiao's cake. So Errol took Pacquiao's cake. Now that Errol took all these guys' cake, he's got the biggest piece of cake. Terrence Crawford's been sitting here doing nothing but talking about how he wants some bigger piece of cake. Now he's saying, you got to give me a bigger piece of cake because I'm Terrence Crawford.
You told me what lunch table to meet you at. You told me what lunch table. First of all, you left school early. We still waiting on your ass. Mama yelling at me, and you left school early. You understand, to take care of your business, and I'm still getting yelled at.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. OTB. OTB. In your house as a kid, when it came to that cake, what did every man for himself and God for us all?
No. Let my brother OT finish now.
We gonna get there.
Marcus, go ahead and mute yourself, King, because I hear the background noise. So,
okay, let me step out.
Don't go nowhere. Just turn your mic off. Marcus says you good, King. Sit tight. Let my nigga
good, guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you, Marcus. Don't go nowhere. I'm just gonna mute you so OTB can finish his stance.
So yeah, I mean, so y'all left school. So he left school early. Yeah, I mean, we still getting yelled at about this grass not being cut. Yeah, I mean, true enough, we ate what we were supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, we done did our job. We waiting on you to come so we could blow it off. Yeah, I mean, we gonna weed eat and blow. You gonna cut. That's what you told us. You know what I mean? So now that it's time to sit at the lunch, now that mama passing out cake, I done had to wait. I done got yelled at. You know what I mean? You ain't not giving me none of that extra icing. I'm going to get some extra icing. I'm going to get some extra, you know what I mean, something, because I waited.
All right. Perfect. I'm glad you said, you know who you're talking to, right? But I'm glad you said that. So let me use your exact analogy. I'm going to use your exact analogy, exactly what you said. You know, while EJ is cutting the grass, your mama is still yelling at you. So what you're telling me is, before mama pulled out that switch and put it to that ass, she started to yell at you. That's what she did. She yelled at you. So what you're telling me is, Terrence Crawford knew what mama was going to do, was getting yelled at, and did nothing anyway. So when mama was yelling at him, he didn't try to go out there and say, man, let me go cut some grass. No. Just keep yelling at me, mama. Mama, keep yelling at me, mama. I'm going to just sit here. Errol Spence is out there cutting grass.
That was Deshaun Porter.
Because Errol Spence said he's going to cut the grass, and you're yelling at me, and he's still cutting it. I'm just going to let you yell at me and sit here and wait for him to finish. Now, I know he's cutting grass. I see him. Motherfucker, I hear it. I see this motherfucker going back and forth, up and down. I see him. I can easily go out there and help him cut that grass. Easily. I can easily go pick up a fucking leaf blower and blow some of them cut. I can go over there and scoop up some of the grass piles and put them in a trash bag. I can do that. But because he said he's going to do it and then he'll see me, I ain't doing nothing. Sounds lazy as fuck to me. Sounds like you deserve your ass whooped by mama. It sounds like you deserve extra cake. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm just saying.
Not when Big Bro was like, shit, I'm gonna do this first. You made the table. When you made the table, you know what I mean? Little bro, however the analogy is, you understand?
Bud is Bud already. I'm trying to be like Bud. You were already undisputed, Bud. I'm trying to be like you. I'm Errol Spence. I've never been undisputed. I'm trying to be like Big Bro. Big Bro was undisputed already. I'm trying to be like you. So what you're telling me is you're fucking lazy. That's what you're telling me. You know what I need to do. But instead of helping me, you rather get yelled at by mama while I go out there and do it, and then you're mad that she sees me doing it, and gives me the bigger piece of cake. You're mad about that. When you know better, big bro. You know better. Because you wasn't getting no motherfucking undisputed cake at 140 until Ndongo gave it to you. Because Edward Trojanowski was the IBF champion who you were refusing to cut the grass with. And Ndongo went over there and took that man's lawnmower and brought it back home. That's the only way you were undisputed at 140. Because you were refusing to fight Edward Trojanowski. Facts. So you know how to get the grass cut, King. So why are you mad that you're not getting a big cake?
I ain't tripping that y'all get the bigger piece of the cake, man. Just so everybody know. Let me speak for my Bud fans. Quit tripping about this bullshit, man. He is the A side. He get the bigger piece of the cake. He get the big icing too. Salute my big brother BF. Salute the panel guys.
Hey, OT,
My
y'all,
nigga Marcus.
ask you, what up, those
Man, peace.
No, I was about to ask
Hey, Master Khalik, salute to the king. Salute to my brother Master Khalik. My brother Marcus was here. Let him cook right quick, Master. Then you got it, family. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, cook, King.
Man, peace be up. Peace to the chat. Man, be up. I've been trying to send some of my Bud fan partners. I'm an EJ fan, but some of my Bud fan partners, I've been trying to send them to the graveyard, man. They catch it for about 10 minutes and they change their mind. Well, man, I've been a fan of the show, man. I drive trucks, so I don't get to jump in the chat that often, man. But I want to say this, BF. I know you the king of facts and the king of receipts, man.
Yes,
I just wanna bring something up, and you tell me if I'm wrong, man.
Yes, sir.
Didn't EJ say some years back that they went to Top Rank office and told Bob Arum what it's gonna take to make the fight?
He told Bob Arum. Yes, 100%.
So my thing to these Bud fans, man, when they put this jacket in the stigma toward EJ done tried to make this fight, man.
Yes.
I don't think Bud really want this fight, man. And when these Bud fans come out with these narratives that EJ ain't tried to make the fight, my only comeback to them is this. Well, tell me when he had a promoter, when has Bud sent a contract?
Ever.
They want EJ to do all the heavy lifting, man.
They want EJ to do everything. They want EJ outside cutting all the grass, and then they want to get the same size piece of cake. For EJ doing all the grass.
Bud just want to show up and fight and get half of everything, man. It don't work like that, man.
Yes.
And now I see what Bob was saying when Bob said this dude hard to work with, man.
I mean, me personally, I give Bud issues. I do. I'll give him smoke, and I'll probably give him smoke sometime this week. But ideally, I blame Bob Arum. And then here's the reason why I ideally blame Bob. Because at some point, Bob Arum could have forced him to take that. Because, and here's why I say that. I see you in the back, Jerome. Give me 1 second. Here's why I say that. Because Bob Arum pretty much forced the Sean Porter fight. He forced that fight because Sean Porter was not going to take that fight unless he got more bread, right? He wasn't going to take it. Now, and when I say force Terrence Crawford, I don't say force out of fear or force out of nothing. Like Terrence Crawford, I believe Terrence Crawford will fight everybody. I believe he'll fight everybody. I believe he has hesitations when it comes to Errol Spence, but that's my own personal opinion. I believe he will fight everybody. But you have to put him in a position for him to fight those guys, right? So that's what I'm talking about when I say forced. Not out of shade or hate or fear or nothing like that. That's what I'm talking about. Bob Arum could have gave Danny Garcia more money. He did not, right? He did not. He could have came back and said, well, Danny, what do you want? He never did that. We offered you $3 million. What do you want? Danny could have said, okay, well, shit. Let me get 6. You got the money. You got the bag. Give him $6 million. Let Terrence Crawford beat him, right? There you go. Truth be told, another reason why I blame Bob, because he didn't even have to do that. Bob Arum could have put Terrence Crawford in with Danny Garcia as the mandatory for the vacant WBC title. That's Bob Arum. Bob could have did that. That's Bomac. Bomac could have did that. That's Cameron Duncan. They could have did that. All three of them could have had Terrence Crawford in there with Danny Garcia. It didn't matter what, at that particular moment. It didn't matter what Danny won because it was a vacant WBC title. That's what him and Sean Porter fought for, the vacant WBC title. So Terrence Crawford moving up could have fought Danny Garcia for the vacant strap. That's Bob Arum. That's Bomac. That's Cameron Duncan. Those three guys. They put him in there with Danny Garcia. He beats Danny Garcia. He is now a WBC champion. Right? He can go right back over and fight Jeff Horn. He could have fought Jeff Horn right then. We could have had a motherfucking Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao thing when it came to Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. We could have had that, right? With both of them with 2 belts, or with Terrence Crawford with 3, because he could have been damn sure that is Bob Arum, that is Bomac, and Cameron Duncan. They could have put him in there with Danny, and Danny had no say. He had one of 2 options. Because PBC had no say over this. And people refuse to talk about this. They fucking refuse. Oh, man, the PBC wasn't going to allow it. The PBC wasn't going to allow it. Well, guess what the WBC would have did? They would have went down the line. If Danny Garcia, you don't want to fight Terrence Crawford at vacant WBC, then get the fuck out of here. Sean Porter, you don't want to fight Terrence Crawford at WBC, then get the fuck out of here. This guy right here, fucking whoever the fuck this bum ass nigga is, you want to fight Terrence Crawford at vacant WBC, then that's your fight. That's what nobody wants to talk about. They keep saying, "Oh man, Al Heyman and Al Heyman ain't gonna let us fight." Bro, there is somebody in that line in the top 5 that would have fought Terrence Crawford for the vacant WBC title. Or Danny didn't do it. If Sean didn't do it, the next man up. And I can tell you that for a fact because that's what they did with Dillian White. So I blame Bob Arum. I blame Bomac. I blame Cameron Duncan for not getting that vacant belt and bringing it back. Especially and specifically when that's what they did at the other weight classes. They fought for vacant titles. They had no problem fighting for a vacant title. No problem. When he moved up, he fought for a vacant title. Facts. So what's the problem? What's the problem with doing it again? When you got PBC by the balls, they gotta fight you. They either gotta fight you or show themselves to be pussy. Oh, you're not gonna fight him? Danny Garcia, you number 1. You ain't gonna fight Terrence Crawford at vacant belt? You pussy, bro. Oh, Sean Porter. Now you ain't gonna fight him? You gonna pull out too? Pussy. So then he fights for the vacant WBC, and then he unifies it with Jeff Horn. I blame Bob Arum. I blame Cameron Duncan. I blame Bomac.
Yeah, I got a question, BF.
I hear you, King.
If let's say if he doesn't sign this fight with Earl, he really doesn't have any options except for a fighter challenging him at purse bid. He doesn't have he a man with no land. As a matter of fact, if he messed this up, I don't think nobody will even want to do business with him. Period.
Bro, let me respond to that, and I want my brother Khalik to cook, the God, Master Khalik. Shoot to my homie Marky Gang and say, look out for Lamont Roach tonight, big bro. I'm definitely looking out for him. He a monster. Let me say this, bro. I believe Terrence Crawford wants to fight these guys. I believe that Terrence Crawford has fucking trash ass business with him. Fucking trash. But I believe he wants to fight. Right? I believe, I give him shit. I do. I give him shit. But I'm not a liar. Right? I believe this is Bob Arum, this is Cameron Duncan, and this is Bomac. The guys that put the fighters in front of him. That's who this is. Right? Now let me speak to what you just said. You just said Terrence Crawford, the position that he's in. People think that Crawford is in a good position. Crawford is in a good position just to get fights. He is not in a good position business-wise. Let me explain. Because Terrence Crawford has no entity over him to flip the bill for any purse bid. He has no entity. So if Terrence Crawford, whoever his mandatory is right now, I think it's Virgil Ortiz is number 1. Not called his mando yet, but he's number 1, right? So when that mandatory is called, he has zero say. Zero. If that shit, now he has no say on, bro, I want you to understand what I'm saying here. If that goes to purse bid, Terrence Crawford will be fighting Virgil Ortiz where Golden Boy wants. He'll be fighting Virgil Ortiz at the purse split that Golden Boy sets. Now, don't get it twisted. Terrence Crawford will make more than Virgil Ortiz. He'll make more, but it'll be where and when Virgil Ortiz, Team Ortiz wants it, because there is nobody that's going to be, all right, well, listen, you're pulling for Bud here. I mean, Bud, I'm pulling for Terrence. I mean, Virgil. No, it's just them. The purse will be put up. The purse split will be put up by the zone. A Virgil Ortiz, because who's Terrence Crawford with? Pro Bellum ain't doing shit. They're not with him like that. He's not with Top Rank. He's not with PBC. So who's putting up the bag? Who's putting it up? That's if he even has a belt by that time. But I'm just saying, if something happens with Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, where they just don't fight, right? Well, he's going to have to fight Virgil Ortiz or Michael McKinson. Whoever wins that, bro, who's putting the money up for Terrence Crawford? Who? He's putting up himself? Is it Terrence TBC Promotions? Who's putting the bag up? Who's paying his opponent? Yeah, let that sink in. Because he don't got nobody to pay his promoter. He's going to pay him damn self. The networks will do it, of course. You know, he ain't taking out of his pocket, of course. I'm just saying the networks will pay for it. However, you're going to need a team to start negotiating all that shit. Not to say it can't be done. It can be done, bro. But he's going to need that team, right? He's going to need all of that. And then he's going to have to pay the fighters and blah, 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 yada, yada. So now, if you're so bad in all these business moves that you've been doing now, bro, you're going to need to hire all kind of motherfuckers to help you out, bro. Because you've been sitting in the back, letting Bob Arum, Bomac, who I believe has been raping this man, out. You letting Bob Arum, Bomac, and motherfucking Cameron Duncan, you've been letting all these motherfuckers dictate y'all shit. Now here you are, you're a free agent. You know what I'm saying? You have no insight into none of this shit. Somebody's going to rape this man. Somebody's going to rape this man. You have no insight into none of this. Nothing, bro. No insight, because I let my manager ride all that weird ass shit. Okay, you have no insight. You just get a check and you go fight. Now where you get your checks from? Where you getting your check from? Who's paying your bill? No, anybody talking about it.
Ain't he about to screw up his biggest bag? He about to screw up his biggest bag if he don't get himself together.
But I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all, bro. This is no shade to the man. But where are you getting your paychecks from now? Your sponsors? Your merchandise? Where are you getting it from? Because it ain't coming from Top Rank. You're going to get the bag to fight Errol Spence. You're going to get the bag. So I tell you, try to get as much as you can. I got no beef with this man trying to get as much as he can. But if Errol Spence says, yo, I'm done with this nigga, then what? Bro, and nobody's talking about this. People are just y'all still got this narrative that Errol gotta do something. Errol gotta give him 40. The only reason why Errol gotta give him anything is because that's what Errol wants. He don't gotta do nothing, bro. He can legitimately move up right the fuck now. He can vacate his belt and move up to 154 right now. Right the fuck now. He can vacate, move up right now, and challenge for it to be the mandatory to the winner of Jermell Charlo versus fucking Tim Tszyu. Because when Jermell annihilates this nigga, Jermell is moving up. So Errol Spence will be the mandatory for one of the belts, and he can pick one. He can pick one of the belts to be mandatory. Errol Spence will be at 160, and Errol Spence will be at 154. Jermell will be at 160, Errol will be at 154. Then what is Bud doing? Then what's he doing? No one's talking about this. This man is lit. Yo, Errol Spence has this man's career in his hands right now.
Right now.
Right now. But niggas are saying, oh, man, Bud don't need him. Bud don't need Errol Spence. Bud going to the Hall of Fame. He going to the Hall of Fame. Bet. Well, who's paying this nigga? Is the Hall of Fame paying him? Who's paying this nigga? Who is giving this nigga his bags? Who's going to set the bag for his fights? He's going to have a mandatory soon. If you don't fight Errol Spence, he's going to have one soon. They're going to call it. They call it Mando every 9 months. The mandatory for the WBO is going to be called by the end of this year. Who's paying for it?
Yeah, Bud drowning and Errol then threw him a life vest, and he's debating about whether or not to grab the motherfucker. You
I
know, no, I
understand
think
that.
my life bet should be a little bigger.
I
Let
get it.
your
I
ass
understand.
drown.
I think that he should take what he's offered, but well, first off, I got some insight that he already took what he was offered, but whatever, whatever about that, you know. Again, that was secondhand information. That information is not BF that's wrong. It's the information that was provided to me that was wrong, right? Not me. I gave y'all what I was given, what I was informed that I can give. So, it ain't me being wrong. But about that. I have no problem with this man trying to get his bag. I got no beef, bro. I got no beef, bro. If you can maximize your dollar, you're a fucking fool if you don't. If Terrence Crawford can get 50-50, he's a fucking idiot if he doesn't. If he can get it, get it. I have no beef. Get it. Nigga, if you can get 60-40 in your favor, get it. If Errol Spence wants to fight so bad that he's willing to give you 60-40, you're a fucking idiot for not attempting. You're an idiot. Attempt it. But when you fail in the attempt, you should be accepting the best offer provided to you. You should not be saying, well, I ain't taking nothing unless it's this. Because the best offer that's provided to you is better than anything you're going to get. He is not fighting Canelo. He is not fighting anybody. Bro, Terrence Crawford's career earning purse is Errol Spence. He's finished after this. It peaks out. It is done. You're not going to make the bag. You're not going to make an Errol Spence bag fighting anybody else ever again in your career because you're not fighting Canelo Alvarez. This is your bag. So I understand I'm trying to get the maximize of it, but anything you get is bigger than anything you've ever gotten. And those are just facts. Now, my nigga Master Khalid, go ahead and speak to the people, King.
Yo, peace. I got on, man. I got on because I see the brother OTB needed some straightening, man, and that's my man right there. But he needed some straightening. He started capping too hard. That's why he got the hell out of here. He was capping too hard. He got the hell on. I came on to give my brother OTB some straightening, man, because the brother, that's my man. I be talking to him on Monty Brown and stuff like that. So
BBD a joke.
He good people, man, but he was about to start capping. He had to take it back. And I came on to get a brother some straightening, man. But I got a BF, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody in here, man. I'm gonna be in the back, man.
Peace to Master Khalid. Peace to the master of this shit. Salute to my nigga. Yo, but my nigga Jerome, talk to the people, King.
What's up, BF? Man, it's been a while, but I seen that you had the man to coach on. I was like, wow. Roy Jones Jr. trainer. I'm like, you got an opinion on this? You got an opinion on what's going on with Terrence Crawford and Spence? I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, I had to watch, but then I got distracted. Something else came up, and I couldn't watch. So I'm like, dang. Then when I came back, he was gone. I was like, dang, I want to hear what he got to say. But I'm definitely gonna watch the playback.
Yeah, go and watch the
based on what I'm hearing.
That was a body.
Yeah, but based on what I'm hearing, though, based on what I heard, with a little bit of pieces of what I'm getting, is that, why don't he give, Terrence Crawford 50-50 if he's the guy? Well, when did Terrence Crawford, when he was the guy at any of the lower weights, did he give 50-50? When did he ever do that? Never happened. So I don't understand the logic of that. Like, and if you look at fights throughout history, the guy who was the man, when did he ever have to break his bag or break what he gave to give another fighter what they want just because they want it or they feel they're worth it?
Didn't happen.
It doesn't happen like that. That's not the business. That's not how it works. If Errol Spence is willing to do it, that's a different thing. But saying he has to do it, that's asinine. That's like the video with the baby mama expecting him to bring all the kids McDonald's.
Got me fucked up.
Like, come on, he ain't gotta do shit.
Yeah, you got me fucked up all the way.
Now, if he wants to do it, that's one thing, but he don't have to.
Facts.
So, at this point, I just want to see the fight. I'm really kind of tired of talking about Spence and Crawford because I get into it with people all the time about Spence and Crawford. And really, at this point, I just want to see it. At this point, I like both guys. I really don't have a pick. I still think it's a 50-50 fight, no matter how you look at it. And it just depends on really what it's going to come down to, in my opinion, is what version of Terrence Crawford are we going to see? Are we going to see the version of Terrence Crawford that we've seen at 140, which I highly doubt? But if somehow, some way we see it, then we're going to have a real good fight. But if we see the version that's been at 147, he's going to get pummeled. He's going to get pummeled.
He's going to get fucking demolished. Absolutely fucking demolished. So
I can't wait to hear the commentators.
I agree with Jerome 100%. You know what I'm saying? But I need people to understand something, bro. I need people to understand. People still, to this day, are still looking at Terrence Crawford as if he was from 140. From 140. I want you guys to understand, Terrence Crawford has not fought that way since 2017. We are in 2022. This man has not fought that way over 5 years. He has not fought that way in over 5 years. You guys are expecting this man to go back to something that he has not done in over 5 years. And we are still calling this a 50-50 based on that thought process. Errol is going to demolish this man. All right. And that's the reason why I say this. Shout out to my nigga Combat, bro. I appreciate you in the Cashapp, King. Much love and respect to my nigga Combat in that Cashapp, bro. I appreciate you, King. Man, mad respect to you, homie. I'm blessings, bro. I appreciate you, homie. He say,
Well, let me go ahead and just drop off real quick. I just wanted to say that real quick, and I'm definitely gonna watch the playback because I want to hear what I definitely want to hear what Mr. Whop had to say about this. I'm definitely gonna go and watch the playback. But salute to you, BF, and enjoy the rest of the stream. I'll be watching in the background.
My nigga, salute to you, homie.
I'm finna hop off too, man. Y'all be good. I'm looking for this in the background.
For sure. Let me get back to this cook. My nigga Bubba 6, what's up, homie? Talk to the people.
Man, chilling. What's happening, y'all? Shout out to the LDBC. Man, Coach Whop need to get Whop for that bias. That bias shit he was spitting out. But like I said, the same thing you be saying, bro. Bud, I call him CBD. He ain't no Bud no more. But this dude here, I don't know what they've been watching, bro. All this Mayweather shit, they giving him the Mayweather code. Like he gonna sit there and do the shoulder roll on Earl, man. Earl gonna kill this man, y'all. I've been saying this man a joke for 5 years. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. You don't want to fight Earl, bro. So that's about it.
It be looking that way, bro. It be looking like he really don't want to fight. But I go at myself, right? And nah, he want to fight, man. He want to fight. It's not him. He want to fight. And then I'll go back the next day and I'll be like, man, this nigga don't want to fight, dog. Nigga don't want to fight, bro. And then I go back and go at myself again.
I just think this nigga know he about to lose, bro. He don't want to fuck his image up. That's why I be like, that niggas' image so messed up. They don't know these boxers be want to take the fight because they don't want to get that ass whooped on that camera. But ain't nothing wrong with no L. Shit. Man, I don't understand them. You really get the biggest bag of your life and you wait.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pay Pacquiao the dub?
I'm guessing he's trying to I don't know, bro. Like this shit right here, it fucking it's weird, bro. This is why I say Bud weird. His energy, his business acumen when it comes to Errol Spence is weird as fuck, bro. That shit is weird. It's fucking weird, bro. His shit is just weird. I just sit here. What's up, coach? I just sit here,
bro.
And I'm just like, bro, bro, you were about to take 10 million flat for Manny Pacquiao.
Man, for real.
You was about to take 10 flat, bro. You wasn't getting no back end bread. You wasn't getting nothing, bro. You was about to take 10 flat, bro, to fight Pacquiao. Why didn't you try to milk that fight? Wow, this is the type of stuff right here that it gets under me. It's like, bro, like man, bro. At times, I don't want to go with the man, but he don't be leaving me no choice.
He don't.
And like, what am I supposed to say, bro? I'm a consistent nigga. Everybody listen to my voice knows that I'm consistent. You know I'm consistent. If there's one thing that you know about me, you know I'm a consistent dude. Whether I like it or I don't like it, I'm consistent. Bro, if you're telling me if we're sitting here like we need to maximize our potential, if I go to your job and all this other type of shit, then we're gonna do this and blah 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 and yada yada yada. So I'm gonna get what I want. But you got 10 million to fight Pacquiao. This is Pacquiao we're talking about, bro. This is Pacquiao. This is like saying, oh man, well, I'll fight Floyd Mayweather and take 5 million. You fight Floyd Mayweather for the bag, the money you're gonna get.
Fucking bag.
That's the whole reason you fight the man. No, you're not going there you're trying to get the bag. This is Pacquiao. You're fighting Pacquiao for the bag. What the fuck is we doing here? So when I go back and I'm like, all right, yeah, I get it. He's trying to maximize his money with Errol Spence. He's trying to maximize. He's trying to get the biggest bag possible. Well, why didn't you do that with Pacquiao? You signed a flat fee. You was getting $10 million, bro. That's what you was getting. A flat fee of $10 million.
It's the same with Khan, too. He took the less with Khan, didn't he?
No, he took 5.5. Khan took 5, but Khan ended up getting 7.
And getting 7. So, shit, he took it
But I'm just sitting here. This is my issue. All right, this is the issue. You were willing to take, and the numbers are everywhere. So don't look. You don't gotta tell me what numbers he was taking. That man was taking $10 million flat. It was a flat fee. $10 million for this man, $40 million for Manny Pacquiao. That is what the split. That is what he was taking. That is what Bud was taking. 10 and 40. So I sit here and I'm just like, bro, how can we even? How is this even a conversation about what you should or shouldn't be taking when it comes to Errol Spence when you was taking 10 flat for Pacquiao?
For real, bro.
And I see my nigga drink. My nigga drink. What I was told, drink. What I got behind the scenes. What I got was that the fight is signed 55-45. That was 55-45. Was that's a split? Yeah. That's a split. 55-45 was what I was told behind the scenes that was signed. So that's what I was told. Now, again, I'm not saying that my word is the gospel in that respect because I was told it. But what I'm saying to you is that's what I was told. All right, that's what I was told. But what we're speaking on right now, to my nigga Drink, and salute to you, what we're speaking on is hindsight. We're speaking on hindsight. What's up, Cooking with the Champ? It's hindsight, right? Hindsight. Why did we wait so long? What was the holdup? What was all this back and forth when the reality of it is you took $10 million to fight Pacquiao and then you didn't sign. So if Errol Spence would have offered you 10 flat, that would have been good enough. 10 flat in a fight where it could possibly generate $70, $80 million. But Pacquiao's the money man, right, Coach? Is it Pacquiao Floyd? They're the money man, right?
Yeah.
So this man was willing to take 10 million against the money man. But if Errol Spence offer him 10 flat, that's good enough. Somebody make this make sense to me.
I think this is my thing. I think Bud he don't have a lot of confidence in himself in this fight. To be honest with you, I think this shit is signed. I think it's done. And I think that they fucking just not ready to announce the fight yet. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But I think this fight is done. And I think they just wait to announce the shit. I think all of the Bud fans and the Spence fans is going at it behind this shit when they sitting back laughing at all our ass. That's what I really believe.
Possibly.
So that's just my opinion. But if it's not signed, it's because Terrence Crawford don't believe in his skills. He don't believe that he can win this fight. And he think that is a super high risk, so he's trying to maximize his pay. That's my opinion. Now, you holding up the fight when you don't have nowhere else to go. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he had in his mind before the fight was even signed that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and fucking put in for the WBO and try to get the fight with Jamel. Because I think he got confidence in the fight with Jamel. I don't think he has no confidence in this fight with EJ. That's why it takes so long to get this shit done. And I think he realized that. But the thing is think about it, but you can put a fucking rematch clause up in there and make another big fight and get another big bag, win, lose, or draw. If that's what your plan is. Because I don't think Terrence have much longer in this game. That's why he showed up at the fucking Hall of Fame shit. All that type of shit. because he pretty much tired and ready to go, and he trying to maximize what he get out of this fight. But I don't think he has confidence in himself, because if he did, he'd fucking take this money that he's gonna make, and it's more than he ever made, and he fucking say, okay, I beat your ass. Next fight, motherfucker, I get the bigger part. Because just like everybody said, this shit is not rocket science. EJ numbers are better on pay-per-view. Number one. Number two, EJ got a bigger fucking fan base as far as putting people in the stands, his pay-per-view numbers, and I was at the fight in fucking Dallas. It was 47,000 fucking people up in Cowboy Stadium.
Evan, he was there.
47,000 motherfuckers. I don't think Terrence ever had 47,000 fucking people in the stadium before. So I don't see how people can argue this shit. And then what get me, I see fucking people who's on Terrence Crawford's side saying Errol holding up the fight. Errol fucking already got his shit signed. Errol is waiting for Bud to fucking sign the fucking contract so that they can make this fucking fight happen. But like I said, in my opinion, I think this shit is done. They just fucking waiting to announce it whenever the fuck they feel like it, to give it a date. Because it's so far down the line, it ain't gonna be till October or November. So that's just my opinion. And I see all of these. I could give a fuck who win. I'm just gonna tell y'all like it is. I could care fucking less who win this fucking fight. I just want to see these two great fighters fight. That's it. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. If fucking Errol lose, good for Bud. If Bud lose, good for fucking Errol. I can care less. Because I'm not a fucking not a fan of a fighter. I'm a fan of boxing. Point blank, period. None of that other shit matters to me. I could give because I'm not getting punched in the face. Not one of you motherfuckers in the chat, no Terrence Crawford fans, no Bud Crawford fans, not one of you motherfuckers gonna have to put an inswell on y'all fucking eye. Not one. Only them two men gonna need inswells and have to see the doctor and all that bullshit. So I can give a fuck less. I just wanted these motherfuckers I want to know who the best out of these two fucking guys. That's it. So they need to go ahead on and fucking announce this shit so we can stop having all these motherfuckers fighting in your chat, ready to fucking kill each other over some bullshit that neither one of you niggas know fucking Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. Ridiculous. I see this shit and I'm like, these are not fans of boxing, a lot of these people. They're not. Because if you're a fan of boxing, all you want to see is the best fight, the best. That's why I be on Tank neck, and that's why I be on Canelo neck. All the fucking time. That's it. But that's all I had to say, my brother.
For sure. Peace to my homie. I appreciate you, homie. Shout out to my coach. So, shoot to my homie Real Spit. He said he ain't got nothing to lose versus Mel. That hype at 47 has him boxed in, and I agree.
Boxed in.
What I will say to my homie, my brother, my coach, right? It's man down for me, right? It's man down. I rock with Errol Spence. I rock with Deontay Wilder. I rock with Devin Haney. I rock with Tank. I rock with Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that I rock with the most. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, I'm going to rock with them, period. Win or lose. And so whether they having an L on their resume is irrelevant to me at all. Because I rock with those guys. I rock with Dev. If Dev loses daring to be great, so what? That's not affecting me at all. If Errol Spence loses daring to be great, so what? That does not affect me at all. You know what I'm saying? And when Deontay Wilder lost daring to be great, trying for greatness, it did not affect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still Bomb Squad. You know what I'm saying? It's still I've gone nowhere. That is still my dude. He's still on my motherfucking intro. He's going nowhere. And when he fights, when the fight's announced, he's going right back on my pound for pound list. When his fight's announced, he's going right back. Letting y'all know that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody thinking, oh man, BF don't got Wilder in his pound for pound. The only reason why I don't, because I don't know when Champ is coming back or if he's coming back. When Champ announces his fight, he will come right back on my pound for pound list. Top motherfucking 2 or 3. Top 2 or 3. top 1, 2, or 3. Deontay Wilder will be top 1, 2, or 3 on my pound for pound list.
Period.
There you go. There you go. And it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. But
Yes, sir.
I want to see the best fights, the best versus the best. That is all I want to see all the time. I've tell you guys over and over again that there are multiple fighters that are included in the best. What's up, Tony? I see you in the back. There's multiple fighters that are included in the best. There's multiple. All right, multiple. As long as any combination of those multiples are fighting each other, that is a fight I want to see. All right. Errol Spence versus Jerron Boots Ennis is a fight I want to see. Yes, Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman is a fight I want to see. Errol Spence versus Speedy Rashidi Ellis and Virgil Ortiz are fights I want to see. As long as Errol Spence is at 147, those are the guys I want him to fight. He is trying to fight Terrence Crawford right now, which is why I didn't mention it. But those are the guys that are now the best. Those are the ones. I want him to fight those guys. As long as he's at 47, that's who I want him to fight. Facts. Jermell Charlo, you're undisputed at 154. All right? You are the best. Now, everybody else is under you. So now, as long as you stay there, I need to see Jermell Charlo versus Jarrett Hurd. I need to see Jermell Charlo versus motherfucking the towering Thunderbird. I need to see Jermell Charlo versus all these dudes. If you are in the best, I need to see it. I need to see it.
We need to see Tank and goddamn David like a mother.
If you win, congratulations. If you lose, it don't matter. I'm still rocking with you. That is what separates me with others, right? People keep running in here, and they keep running in here telling me about how, oh man, what you gonna do? What you gonna say where Errol Spence loses? If Errol Spence loses, I am not going to say and do anything. I'm going to say, congratulations, Terrence Crawford. You are now the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And it still ran the fuck down.
Fuck down.
I'm going to say. So maybe you guys, y'all have this thing about yourselves. Let me explain something to you guys right quick. You guys, hold on one second. Shout out to my nigga Real Spill. He say, as a real boxing fan, I rock with EJ. If this fight don't happen and he got to fight is mandatory, I will root for him versus Ennis, win or lose. Facts. Now let me speak to something right quick. All right. Too many times, you guys come running in here telling me about. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm gonna get to that in a second. My nigga Bubba Six, you got anything you want to say before I get to that? I'll let you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to the LDBC, man. I'm supposed to sit back and watch, man. Appreciate you getting on the show. But I'm telling y'all, I done bought all Terrence Crawford fights, man. I'm gonna call him his name. I salute them man for getting the ring. But you got me fucked up if I ain't gonna root for the best fighters in the world who fight the best. Shit, I'm from Texas. This man down, win, lose, draw. It's still bomb squad. I don't give a damn if he fight or not. Nigga, them fights, them knockouts he put out there on these suckers as a from coming from fucking with beer and shit. I never not start watching that shit. There ain't nothing wrong with losing, bro. But salute to the LDBC and all else I heard. The tree of me, fuck Dante. That's what I'm on. But I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna live out here and watch this shit. You know, I watch everything. Salute, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, big bro. Appreciate you, King.
Already.
Talk to me, King. Talk to me, Tony.
Hey, Bftb. By chance, did you see that the top ranked thing last night? The card with Barboza.
Yes.
Arnold Barboza. Did you like it or?
I like Arnold Barboza. He doesn't have the punching power that he should. I think Arnold Barboza takes he takes too many risks, right? He did not have to take the risk that he takes. Arnold Barboza could have outboxed dude without taking all those excessive risks, right? And I
know the reason why. He wants to prove he can knock someone out. He doesn't need I agree with you.
But he did knock him out. That's the problem. He didn't knock him out. He almost got knocked out himself. So he should not have did that. What he should have did is he should have just boxed this man's ears off and won that fight convincingly. That's what he should.
What is your opinion on Montoya, Raimundo Montoya, the guy that fought before him, Raimundo?
I think he's okay. I think he's okay.
You don't think he's a championship? Like you don't even if he continues winning, you don't think he's a champion? He's a championship contender. He's maybe below that.
No. I don't say that. I don't say that about. Here's my thing. You're either good or you're a bum.
Okay.
That's it for BFTB. you're good or you're a fucking bum. This guy's good. So him in the ring with a champion on the right night for him, he can be victorious.
Mm-hmm. Well, opinion on Torres, Richard Torres?
He's all right. He's good.
Yeah, and I agree. For me, this is a question I wanted to ask you about the Terrence and Bud fight. Bud and Earl fight.
Yeah, good.
When it comes to we bring up the reason why. This is why I think Bud is not as popular as he is where he main events in places like Nebraska, which doesn't have a big arena and stuff like that. He would have to travel outside of Nebraska to like Chicago or Michigan to get a bigger fan base and stuff like that. So his natural fan base is going to be smaller than Earl, which fights in Dallas, which is an unfair comparison. Do you agree? Like in terms of like,
no, I do not agree. And the reason why I don't agree because the Nebraska Cornhusker Stadium seats 100,000 people, and they be selling out there when the Cornhuskers when Nebraska plays in their college football, the whole stadium is red.
So why do you think Bud? Why do you think Bud doesn't fight in the Cornhuskers instead of that the army where he fights in Nebraska?
But because if you fight in that type of arena, you have to fill that type of arena, right? That comes with your drawing power. If you don't have the drawing power, then your arena is going to look. You might have 20,000 people in there. But in an arena, in a stadium that seats 100,000, if you put 20,000 in there, it's going to look empty. That's the reason why if you don't have the drawing power for that, then you put them in a stadium or an arena that will fill up. You put them in that. You don't put a Terrence Crawford in a Dallas stadium or in Arlington that seats motherfucking damn near 100,000. You don't or 70, 80, 90,000. You don't put him in an arena like that. If his drawing power says there's only going to be 10,000 there to come, 15,000 there to come, you don't put him in that. That's dumb as fuck. You don't do that, which is why they didn't put him in that, which is why they don't fight in that. Because if they thought his drawing power was that big, if the numbers shown that his drawing power was that big, he would have fought outside in that arena and filled it up.
Okay.
But,
and with the Earl thing too, this is why I don't like the fact that they bring up that he almost sells out the arena. They forget the fact that what's his name? Jerry Jones bought half of the tickets and sold it to it was the Dallas Cowboys. He sold most of those tickets to the Cowboys fans and stuff like that. That's why it looks sold out. Like he didn't sell it to boxing fans. He was selling to corporate fans from the Cowboys fan base and stuff like that. That's why it looked like it was sold out and stuff. Like he's a bigger draw, which is kind of unfair.
No, I do not agree with you at all, because at the end of the day, look at what you just said. You said Jerry Jones, who bought half the tickets. First off, you do not have to buy the tickets if you are Jerry Jones. They belong to you. You are buying them from yourself. So he did not have to buy them. So that's first off. Where your statement does not make sense. That's his stadium. Those are his tickets, right? So if I'm selling my tickets, I'm not buying them from myself. And let's just say he did buy them from himself. If he bought them from himself, they still sold, which he didn't. He didn't. But even if he did, they still sold.
I made a mistake. I didn't mean to say he bought it from himself. What I meant is he was basically, he wasn't selling it to the regular on the street Cowboys fans. He was selling it to the corporate fan base of that's who was going to the fights for Earl. That's why it made it, which is an unfair comparison with Bud and stuff like that.
Which is again not true. That is again not true. There was almost 50,000 people in the arena. That is not 50,000 corporate fans. No, sir. That is not true. If Jerry Jones gave, which is what he would have did, he wouldn't sell those tickets. He would have gave them, If Jerry Jones gave some tickets away, those people he gave them to would be in the suites. He's not going to give you tickets. Here's tickets right here, and you just sit in the stands. No, if you know me, if I'm Jerry Jones and you know me, I'm not giving you tickets to sit in the stands. You are going to the suites. That makes zero sense, my brother. Zero
No. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for explaining this to me. Sometimes that confuses me. Well,
okay.
When I read some of these articles, they're saying that he's selling it to the corporate, like the corporate people, and they're not clear. Yeah, so they're not clarifying what they mean.
Well, let's take your stance. Right? Your stance is Jerry Jones, from what you've read and things like that, selling Errol Spence tickets to the corporate fans, right? And you're saying that's not a fair comparison to Terrence Crawford. Let me explain to you how that statement makes no sense. Because they are still going to an Errol Spence fight. So if I'm selling you tickets to an Errol Spence fight and you are buying them, regardless of where they come from, you are still buying them to go to an Errol Spence fight.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett rocked with Terrence Crawford. Heavy. Warren Buffett, the billionaire who is way richer than Jerry Jones. So Warren Buffett could have bought some tickets and sold them to his corporate buddies for Terrence Crawford. He did not. And maybe he did or maybe he didn't. I don't know. But even if he did, those numbers don't equal what was sold for Errol Spence. So when you say it doesn't give a fair comparison, it gives an extreme. Matter of fact, not only does it give a fair comparison, you just heightened my stance of Errol Spence sells more because Warren Buffett has more money than Jerry Jones. Way more money. They are in different.
Yeah. No, but the reason why I sometimes say it's not a fair comparison is because they're fighting in two different venues. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
And the venue.
That's why I'm saying it's an unfair comparison.
I understand, but the venue that you're telling me is of this Texas arena, Arlington Arena, which seats about 100,000. And then you're telling me about the venue of Lincoln Stadium, which seats over 100,000.
No, I'm comparing it to the Armory.
The Armory is not Errol Spence's fault. Errol Spence has fought in there's a smaller room over there in the Texas because there's an Arlington Stadium and then there's like right across the street or right up the street is like a baseball where they have baseball and then right across the street is another small arena. Like EJ has fought in small arenas. You're talking to me as if Errol Spence has fought in big arenas his whole career. He has not. He has fought in small arenas, right?
No. I'm not saying Errol hasn't done it. I'm not saying Errol hasn't done it. What I'm saying, I'm comparing it to where Errol's fighting now, not where he was fighting before.
Right now, right. I hear you. But what you're saying to me is Errol Spence has the drawing power to fight in Texas Stadium, and Terrence Crawford does not have the drawing power to fight in Lincoln, Nebraska Stadium. Terrence Crawford must fight in the Armory still. That's what you're telling me.
No, I want him to fight in the Lincoln.
No. You may want him to fight, but what you are telling me is Errol Spence fights in Arlington Stadium. That's where he fights. He has the drawing power to fill it up. Terrence Crawford fights in the Armory. He does not have the drawing power to fill up Lincoln Stadium and the Nebraska Cornhusker Stadium. He does not have the drawing power. He don't have it. That is not Errol Spence's fault. You are proving my point that Errol Spence is the A side. He has the drawing power. You're proving my point. So you're saying what you're saying to me is it's not fair that Terrence Crawford doesn't sell. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, no, and I have a question. Can you blame the promoter or the fighter for not promoting them well for that issue, that not drawing correctly?
If Terrence Crawford when he had a promoter, you blame the promoter for not promoting him. You don't blame the fighter, you blame the promoter. When the promoter, that's his fucking job to promote. When you don't promote, then nobody knows your fighter. If you have the greatest fighter in the world that and I said this before, there is basketball players right now that play in the Rucker who could probably play in the NBA and dominate. and you have no idea who they are. Why? Because they're not promoted. That's why. They're not promoted. If somebody was to say that motherfucking Pookie Jenkins in the Rucker, you know what I'm saying, he'll destroy LeBron James. And and you promote that, well, lo and behold, all of a sudden Pookie is in the NBA. But if nobody knows who the fuck Pookie Jenkins is, then you will be a Rutgers legend and nothing more. Terrence Crawford was not promoted correctly, which is what Errol Spence said. He was not promoted correctly. He was not promoted. Errol Spence said blame Bob. But people want to blame Errol. They want to say it's unfair because Errol is promoted correctly. They say it's unfair because Errol sells out, because Errol can fight. He has a drawing power to fight in the Texas Stadium Arena. That is not unfair. That is Errol and his team doing their job. What's unfair?
And do you think that's the reason why the lawsuit happened?
Hold up a second. Hold up. What's unfair is people who are mad at Errol Spence and Errol Spence's team for doing their job instead of being mad at Terrence Crawford and his team for not doing theirs. That's what's unfair. Now go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. And this is an honest question. With the lawsuit that Terrence, do you think that's what the lawsuit was about more than maybe the racism thing was more a smokescreen, and it was not him the lawsuit was about Bob not what's it called, not promoting him correctly and giving him the correct amount of money that he was deserved and stuff like that?
No. But listen, bro, I don't know if you've ever been and done anything in law. I don't know. I have. No. All right. Bftb has taken my case to the Supreme Court. So when you are saying what you're saying right now, no, absolutely not. You must spell out what you are doing. This is what it is. You have a thing called the four corners. That's what you have. The four corners. If it's on that paper, that's all you have. Four corners. That's it. What he put on there is exactly what he meant. That's exactly what he wanted. There is no trying to read into it. You cannot go into court and say, well, you know what I meant. It don't work that way at all. Niggas will get your shit thrown the fuck out. You'll get your whole shit thrown out for trying to somebody tell me, you know, this is what I meant. I meant, you know what I meant. No, the fuck you don't. You go in there with the four corners. Four corners. This is what it is. You write it out. You have your lawyers write it out, or you write it out. Whoever writes it out. This is it. So when you go into court, that's it. You are going off of that. And unless somebody else introduces something else into it, then you are trapped on your four corners. So no, do not tell me that's what he meant, what his intentions was, what his thoughts are. Terrence Crawford is a millionaire. All right? He's got really good lawyers that he can easily say, this is what I want in this lawsuit. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what the problem is. This is exactly what the issue is. And they will write it out and submit the lawsuit. So I don't need you or anybody else. I saw you. I don't need you or anybody else telling me, is this what he meant by a lawsuit? Not me. Of all people, not me. Because like I said, I've been to the Supreme Court.
I'm a layman's fan.
I just want to make sure we're clear. No, I'm not saying that. I just want to make sure we're clear. So I want to make sure I answer you. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, no, thank you for clarifying that, because I don't watch boxing a lot, and I didn't understand that part, what you just said. Thank you for clarifying that to me, because that the business side of boxing sometimes is very convoluted to me.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'm gonna go over it even deeper on Monday when I go into the business of boxing, because I'm gonna go into that.
I'll come back later. I have to take a call real quick.
Cool, man. Do your thing, man. All right, man. Peace to you. So, anyways, and this is the problem that we have, right? One, this is the reason why nobody can fuck with me. This is the reason why that's number one why nobody can fuck with me, because I do my research. I know my facts. I have my receipts. I have my history. You know what I'm saying? And I will tell everybody listen to my voice. Everybody. Everything from the future is built on or from something of the past. It's like energy. It's like you can't create it or destroy it. All you can do is transfer it. That's all you can do, transfer it. Everything, when people always say, oh man, history repeats itself. History repeats itself. Well, history repeats itself because niggas don't learn from history. That's why it repeats itself, because niggas choose to not learn. Right? You can't blame Errol Spence for it because of his team doing their fucking job. You can't. You can't, bro. You can't. You can't blame Errol Spence because the team that he pays did their job. That is not his fault. That is Terrence Crawford's team. I told y'all this the other day. I will say it again. That is like blaming for motherfuckers out here talking about, oh man, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford could have been happened, blah, blah, blah. That is like blaming Kobe Bryant for LeBron James not making it to the NBA Finals. There's nobody in here that is blaming Kobe Bryant, the late great Mamba. There is nobody blaming Kobe for not making it to the finals so that he could square off with LeBron James. You blame LeBron James. And I am one of the biggest LeBron James fans on earth. On earth. Admittedly so. You do not blame the late great Mamba for him not squaring off against Kobe in the finals. You blame LeBron James. But niggas is in here every fucking day blaming Kobe when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Every fucking day. Every time we have this conversation, blame Kobe. Blame Kobe. Blame Kobe, man. It's Kobe, man. Kobe, man. Listen, man. It's Kobe's fucking fault. Man, fucking Kobe made it to the finals. Why you didn't pull LeBron James along? Why you didn't jump on his team like Joanna, man, and help him get to the finals? That's fucked up, Kobe. Man, you could have helped out. You could have did more. Why wasn't Kobe in the stands cheering LeBron James on? That's all LeBron needed. If LeBron would have saw Kobe in the stands cheering him on, then LeBron would have stepped it up a level and he would have made it to the finals. Blame Kobe. Where was Kobe at? Why wasn't Kobe sitting ringside? He's rich. Kobe's rich. He could buy courtside seats. Y'all niggas are fucking pathetic, bro. Pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. You shitted on LeBron James for not making it to the finals to go against Kobe. But when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, you're shitting on Kobe. You're shitting on Kobe for LeBron James not getting there. Motherfucking pathetic. Motherfucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Oh, no, BF. Ain't the same thing, BF. No, BF, it's a team sport. Well, basketball is a team sport. Well, doesn't Terrence Crawford have a fucking team? Their team, his team couldn't promote him correctly? They damn sure promoted motherfucking Tyson Fury through the fucking ceiling. They promoted Tyson Fury so much that the nigga got $100 million contract. Where is Terrence Crawford's $100 million? Are y'all telling me, dare y'all say that Tyson Fury is more skilled than Terrence Bud Crawford? Talk to me. Talk to me. Is Tyson Fury more skilled than Terrence Crawford? Because skills pay the bills. It's skills pay the bill. I see you, Unc. Hold on one second, Unc. Skills pay the bills, right? So it damn sure ain't about size, is it? It's not the fact that Tyson Fury is a 6'9" white man, is it? Who is damn near 400 fucking pounds, right? Fighting motherfuckers who weigh 205 soaking wet. A 400-pound man fight a 6'9", 400-pound man fighting fighters who are 205 pounds soaking wet with bricks in their pocket. You niggas is giving this motherfucker all kinds of credit. Oh man, Fury, Fury's so great. Fury so this and Fury so that, man. Fury. I'm Fury. But yet you tell me skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder to a draw, was admittedly knocked out. He admitted to being knocked out. Admitted. Out cold, out like a light switch. If you are knocked out in the sport of boxing, The fight is over with. There is no reason to count over a dead body. If I am out cold, out like a light switch, niggas out this motherfucker talk about, oh man, listen, bro, this sport of boxing, people are dying, man. People are dying in the sport of boxing, man. They're dying, man. We gotta be they should have stopped that fight, man. He saved his life. They should have stopped. They saved his life. But when it comes to Tyson Fury, he's a gypsy man. No man born of his mother. So simply because the nigga woke the fuck up, simply because he woke up by his own admission, he was out cold, out like a light switch, which means he was knocked the fuck out. That's what it means. But mysteriously, we're acting like it means something else. Oh, but he got up, Bftb. He got up, Bftb, but he got up. Yeah. Leo Santa Cruz got up too, didn't he? Leo Santa Cruz got up. That motherfucker was knocked the fuck out, but he got up. But we don't want to talk about that, though, right? No, we don't talk about that. No. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone. Huh? We leave that alone. Huh? ¿Cómo está usted inglés? Yes. Huh? Eh? No, I don't want to talk about it now. Eh? But that motherfucker got up, didn't he? He got up. Krolla was knocked the fuck out, right? Krolla was knocked the fuck out, right? Vasily Lomachenko knocked Anthony Krolla the fuck out, right? What was the count? Can somebody tell me what the count was? Can somebody tell me what was the number that they waived the fight off on? What was the number that Jack Reese, the same Jack Reese, what was the number they waived the fight on? Somebody let me know. Don't worry about it. I'll answer. 0. As soon as Lomachenko dropped this man, he waved it the fuck off. Facts. Oh, but Tyson Fury, he got up. So why wasn't Krolla allowed a count? Jack Reese got on that man and told him, don't move. Facts. Krolla was trying to get up. Jack Reese said, don't move. Somebody tell me when Anthony Krolla said, I was out cold, out like a light switch. Somebody tell me when the fuck Krolla said that. I understand. But niggas running around here talking about, oh man, Errol Spence, as if it's Errol Spence's fault that Top Rank didn't promote Terrence Crawford. What's up,
What's going on, nephew?
How you
making it?
You know, chilling and killing.
The one thing I want to say about this situation and stuff like that, Bud, which is with Bud and his poor team management and stuff like that. But the Bud diehard fans fail to realize boxing is also about markability as well as marketing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Where was his blood, sweat, and tears, Bud, when he was on ESPN? Where was his 24/7? Where was his all access? To market himself. Because as fans, we want to know more than just the fight in the ring, because why? You're not going to be in our eyes 24/7 in the ring. We want to know a little bit about yourself outside the ring. That's called markability. And when it comes to Spence, even when Spence had fights on Fox, wasn't it an inside and all access on his fights too?
Not just that. The motherfucker fought right after the Olympics. One of the greatest marketing strategies anybody could do, because you were already watching the channel. It was already on. As soon as the Olympics went off, Errol Spence fight came on. That was one of the greatest motherfucking strategies that anybody could have did when it came to boxing. You put it on when millions, tens of millions of people, tens of millions were watching that channel, you put Errol Spence on right after that. That is the greatest strategy you could have ever done. And it hasn't been done before at all. And they haven't. So I get it. The Olympics hasn't happened again, but they still haven't did it again. That's the greatest thing, bro. That's like putting on a fight directly after the Super Bowl with no commercials.
Yep, facts, and I agree. You remember the documentary years ago they did on Bud? I can't remember the name, when they went back in time all the way to his childhood. We didn't know that Bud also had a traumatic experience in his life when he got shot in his head. You remember that?
Yep.
That was the best thing HBO could have done for his career, because we really got to know Terrence Crawford as opposed to Bud the fighter. And then what happened after that? He became non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Bob took him way over here. Bob took him way over here. And as years passed, Bob started to complain. My question to you, can a manager override certain situations when it comes to promoting a fighter?
Yes and no. Yes, if the manager, because the Muhammad Ali Act has things written in there where there has to be distinct fucking roles, right? This distinct for you to do that, distinct for you to do that. So if I believe as a manager that I believe that your role is dipping into mine, I can use the Muhammad Ali Act and bam, I can kill your shit, right? But then that fucks up teaming together and shit like that. So if we're on the same team, whatever the case may be, and I feel like you're overstepping your bounds and I can kick you the fuck out of it, right? I have to think about that. Do I want to do that and fuck up my bridge? What's up, old school? Do I want to fuck up my bridge and do that, right? Do I want to burn this bridge and do that? Or do I want to keep my bridge and just say, fuck it, rock on?
Because the reason why I say that, it's still a mystery, the Pacquiao situation in Bomac and the contract. It's still a mystery because they've been crying for that fight for years. And the opportunity finally came about, and his stance was, you got to pay attention to contracts. But the little rant he went on with the contract.
His stance was he didn't get paid fast enough. The money didn't come fast enough. That was their stance.
The money didn't come fast enough.
That was their stance. That is what
you fight Manny Pacquiao. The money didn't come fast enough.
Yes. That's what the dude told me. Do your homework. That's what Bomac said. Do your homework and tell me did the money, because the money didn't come fast enough. Was the money there? That's what he said. Was the money there? Was the money there? Okay. Well, if you would have waited, maybe it would have been there, because you said it didn't come fast enough. So you didn't wait for it. That's one. Number two is if you signed the contract and somebody fell through on what they promised in the contract, then you sue them, which is what he is doing with Bob Arum right now. So he cannot tell me that you don't sue. Nah, you're not suing. You don't. Nah, come on. Because when he said to me, when I told Bomac, bro, you sign the fucking contract. That's what you do. If 10 million is what you're okay with, then you sign the contract. Manny signed it, so you signed it. Manny knew that if Bud signed it, that it would have been an official document. So somebody would have had to pay them. It don't matter who the fuck was paying him. Somebody would have had to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bomac told Terrence Crawford to don't sign. Why? Because guess who would have been on the hook for paying if Bomac signed? Bob Arum. That's who would have been on the hook.
Yeah.
Bob Arum. Because you ain't suing those motherfuckers in Saudi Arabia. How the fuck you want to get them in an American court? They'll tell you, suck my dick.
That's true.
You know what you could do? You can jump on a camel and you can camel jock your pussy ass across the ocean and kiss my entire ass. Them niggas ain't coming to no American court. Bomac is the one that fucked up Terrence Crawford versus Pacquiao. Bomac, just like you said, can the manager, the promoters? Yes, they have distinct things, distinct duties. Bomac had Terrence Crawford hold up Bomac. Because if Terrence Crawford would have signed, then Bob Arum would have been on the hook to pay that man.
I ain't gonna keep you too much longer. I'm gonna let you go back and cook. A couple of days ago, I ain't gonna really say a back and forth. I got into discussion with someone about this situation, and it was like, well, they're kind of being really lowballing, they're kind of being unfairly treating Terrence Crawford when it comes to the negotiation. So I told the person in per se in response to that, I said, well, you got to look at it. Showtime and PBC also has their side of how they negotiate. So why they got to switch their stance? Because it's Terrence Crawford. Because the way he was negotiated when he was with Top Rank in his career and stuff like that, they don't have to follow suit the same way that they did it on the side he was on. They still have their way of negotiating. What Terrence and his team has to understand is, well, we got to come to some kind of mutual agreement. I understand I was treated this way in my career when I was with Top Rank and Bob Aaron, and my negotiators went this way. And I understand that y'all negotiate with y'all fighters and y'all got your stance this way, and I got to come to some kind of middle ground. But he's not trying to do that. And the fans don't want to understand that. It's just Bud way. Yeah, but Bud never fought on Showtime. He never dealt with anybody outside of Top Rank and Bob Aaron. And everybody deals when it comes to business in the sport of boxing. They're all different. From the Golden Boys to the Eddie Hearns and Matchrooms, Frank Warners, they all negotiate their business different because it's supposed to be that way because they are their own entity. Everybody don't do business the same way, Biff. You know that. They don't do the same. They don't do the same business moves. They might take little business situations here and there and put it into this situation, but they still have a mind of their home. And Showtime is not going against that. What they're not going against their values and how they've been negotiating and dealing with this sport for decades. And two, Showtime has a schedule. Bud don't have a platform right now. We got other fighters. We got a calendar. We got schedules that we have to meet also. We can't just be sitting waiting on you. They got a lot of fighters chomping at the bit and stuff like that, and they want to be proven. They want to be champions. They want their name out there too. Bud, you're gonna be 35 years old in September. You know what I'm saying? Time is ticking. The hourglass is dripping on your career. You know what I'm saying? And we can't just sit and wait. Maybe Bob Arum dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? And more power to him. But we don't operate that way. And the Bud fans, they have a hard understanding when they say the business. Do you really understand really what's the business or any kind of business in life? If you conduct your personal life regards to your business, you know what I'm saying? It must be a shallow life. Your lives must be really shallow and stuff like if y'all conduct yourself that way. It's really sad. It's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Two black men, and that's how I look at it. BF, two black men, and you've been cooking on this situation for the longest. We have two black fighters. You know what I'm saying? That can take this fight. I call this fight, nephew, and I'm gonna let you go, regardless of what the outcome is. You take these fights and you put it in a time capsule to say, damn, I can put that in the annals of the Ray Leonard Tommy Hearns, the Hagglers, the Benitez's, the Durans. It's a time capsule type of fight and stuff like that. And it just seemed like Bud and his stance, he just on something different. And EJ was like, well, I can't wait on you. I got a life too. I got a career. I want to finish. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to us fans, and it's not fair to the sport to keep dragging this on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always use the analogy: move on. Just let EJ move on with his career and his life. You know what I'm saying? Because arguably he want to fight again this year. He want Terrence Crawford. He want to be undisputed because that's a goal that he's been wanting for himself when he turned professional. I want to be the best in my weight class, and I want to clean out my era before I ever think about doing something else. And the time is here. He's in his 30s now. He's been through a whole lot, inside the ring and outside the ring. He just want to continue and go on with his life and his career. I'm gonna let you go back and cook, nephew.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Definitely appreciate it. Peace, huh? So listen, man, I'm about to wrap this one up. But before I do, I want to speak on one topic. I want to speak on one more thing. Now I said I'm gonna show y'all this too. I want to show y'all this right quick because I want y'all to. I'm gonna show y'all this. I should do this in the morning grind. I should do it in the morning grind. That's what I should do. Maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna speak on it. Nah. I'll do it this way. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way for y'all. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Because I want y'all to understand something, bro. This right here, I want y'all to read. I'm gonna read this. Let me read this for y'all. Because I want y'all to what I'm about to say to you guys. This is my last thing I'm gonna cook on right quick. The reason why there is so few big fights in boxing is because there's no niggas in those weight classes. Anytime there's a dominant black fighter in any division, beating that fighter is the biggest fight in boxing, or at least that division. I challenge anybody to prove that wrong. I challenge you. I challenge you to prove that wrong. I challenge you. There is no big fights for Monster and Nui at no motherfucking 105 or whatever the fuck. No big fights for them. None. None. If there is an elite level black fighter in that division, then fighting that fighter, beating that fighter, that's the biggest fight in that division, if not the biggest fight in boxing. And it's always been that way. Always been that way. Always. Always. Now, let me do one better for y'all. Because we've been having these weird ass back and forths with all of these dumbass other channels and blah, 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 niggas shitting on the LDBC for no fucking reason whatsoever. We don't go at nobody, bro. We mind our own fucking business. We don't go at nobody. The LDBC has gone at nobody. We are always the ones that are gone at. I have never gone at nobody. Niggas come at me. When it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, there's motherfuckers that's coming here on a habitually, religiously saying, when Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, I'm going to be blah. When Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, I'm going to be blah. When Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, I'm going to be blah. Every fucking time. Every time. And then when I say, well, what are you going to do if Errol Spence demolishes this man? What are you going to do? And every time the response is, well, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen because, you know, skills pay the bills. Because Terrence Crawford, he's going to beat it. Terrence Crawford. Shout out to my brother Blue, the legend. My brother, my family for life. For life. Swear to God, my family for life. Blue blood. That's my nigga. That is my homie. That's my brother for life. All right. You can't tell me nothing negative about my nigga. I'm hearing you. I don't hear you. Just keeping it a buck. I hear you. I don't hear you. But I sit here and the same. I want you guys to understand the same analogy that's on this screen falls with us. It falls with BFTB. The same analogy. If I'm not going for a fighter, they don't give a fuck about them. The only time somebody cares about a fucking fighter is when we are riding with that fighter. That is the only time. That's it. When we are riding for that fighter, when we rock with that fighter, then they go against it. The concept on this screen fits with Blue Blood. It fits with 7-8. It fits with Black Fight Fan. It fits with my Queen CC. It fits with moi. The concept on this screen. Yeah, it fits. Bro, do you guys realize if we was rocking hard with Kunta, MacBook Air, if we was rocking hard with Makabu, if we was rocking so fucking hard with Makabu, man, do you realize how big they would have put, how much they would have pressed that fucking fight with Canelo Alvarez and Makabu? You realize how big they would have pressed it? But because we didn't give a fuck, they didn't give a fuck. Because we didn't give a fuck. Hold up, BF got you. I got you. BF got you. I got you. Never let you down. I got you. Shout out to my nigga A1. He say, don't do that to us, BF. Come on, bro. Tell us old prime Baron Davis, Cut Mobley, looking ass, jump off the deep end without a life jacket. But let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me let y'all know something. I'm gonna let y'all know something. If we don't care, they don't care. They don't come out their mind talking about specific fighters that we aren't mentioning. They only care because we care. How come these niggas ain't pushing Jay jerking bitches? Where's Tony Egg Yolk at? These niggas come here talking about Deontay Wilder. Why? Because we rock with him. That's why. Because if we don't, they don't give a fuck. But then they run around here talking about, oh man, you guys don't know boxing. You don't know boxing. Fuck out of here. We run this shit. Because when we talk about, they talk against. They don't make their own fucking narratives. None of these whole ass niggas do. Everything they do is against what we do. And it's been that way. We run this shit. We've been running it. We will forever run it because we rely on the facts. Bftb. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.